Hello everyone, so welcome to my 5th Dragon Age Origin stream. This is, I know it's not the regular night, that I normally do this Wednesday night. I'm doing this like Tuesday night, technically Wednesday morning I guess at this point, at least for me. But nonetheless, tomorrow I'm getting my second vaccine, so I don't know what shape I'm going to be in. I figured it would just be best to do the stream a night early because I don't want to miss out on it. So today we are going to get ourselves a golem and do some other just kind of side quests. I'm not going to move on to the next main story thing quite yet. Just want to do some stuff sort of in between, but we are going to get ourselves a new character, and we're actually going to do that first and then come back to Denerim to do some of the quests that we see here. So the reason for that is I want to get the new party member first, then have them to get all of the glorious experience points. So we are going to go straight to our world map, and I think we're just going to go right to Han Leith. Also, if you're watching this, I just wrapped up a session of the tabletop Dragon Age role-playing game over on Master the Game's YouTube channel with GM Juice, BN Drake, Awkwardly Nerdy, I think is the other one, and yeah, it was a great time. But if I start to lose my voice in this session, it's because I just wrapped up, running GMing the tabletop game. But again, it was a lot of fun, and this is gonna be cool. It's just like a Dragon Age day, and I love Dragon Age. I love the tabletop game. I love the video game series. So it's all great for me. We'll see if we get an encounter along the way. I think we should get our Trickster Whim. But sometimes if you're traveling to DLC areas, it doesn't actually provoke the encounters. It's usually when you go to one of the main areas in the game. So it looks like we're going to get there safely, which is fine. That's totally fine. After the painful experiences going through the Fade in the last stream, I'm okay with not having an encounter right away. So, we have a couple of villagers running, bad things are happening, Darkspawn are about. Take them out, that feels pretty good. And I know people love Sten, but I'm going to be honest, this will be the last mission that Sten's in the party for. I like him too, but the character we're going to get is just, in my opinion, so much better. Alright. Oh, nope, there's still more. Alright, let's take out these last two Genlocks. Alright, awesome. So, earlier, was it today? It was either earlier today or like late last night. But I saw this article show up on my phone. I get like these suggested articles based off of probably like searches that I do, and you know, it's all like the way that Google tracks things, obviously. But it was this article about unpopular opinions in regards to the Dragon Age series. And I was reading through it, and some of them I get, some of them I think they just made up to put on the list. Like people saying that Dragon Age 2 was the best in the series. I really don't know anyone that thinks that. Like Dragon Age 2 certainly has its supporters, and that's fine. You know, I don't think it's a horrible game, but I don't think there's too many people out there that would declare 2 as like the best one. So like I said, I think some of them were kind of made up to put on the list. But the one that I actually like, the quote unquote unpopular opinion that I actually agreed with was like people saying that like an unpopular opinion is that Dragon Age Origins combat is the best in the series. And it's like, is that really an unpopular opinion? I guess it is, because it's not as action-oriented as the other games, right? Like, 2 in particular is very, like, button-mashy, and the combat in Inquisition is kind of a blend of Origins and Dragon Age 2. But I personally much prefer the combat in Origins. It's a little more tactical. It's less like twitchy, button mashy, right? And well, I'm getting older. Like I'm not as young as I used to be. My reflexes are nowhere near as good as they used to be when it comes to playing games. So personally, I kind of prefer combat where I can sort of just pick my targets and let it play out, and do things occasionally, like change targets or activate abilities or stuff like that. But I don't want to have to I don't want to have to press A for every sword swing, right? Or in Inquisition, like you pull the trigger to do that. I just don't want to have to do all that. So I love the combat in this game, and it might be an unpopular opinion, but it's one that I actually do share. So we're gonna go with that. Sten leveled up, so let's give him a level, even though again he's not long for this party. We will definitely see him again, though. We'll interact with him at camp, and he does have a side quest that I'm hoping to do with him as well. So it's not like we'll never use him again, but his role as like the secondary melee character is going to be usurped. But in the meantime, let's just keep pumping that Constitution, because he needs it. So I guess my question is to anyone watching this, either as it's happening live or on demand, like as it's available for viewing on Twitch for like a week or 2 weeks, or when I re-upload this to YouTube. What do you guys think of the combat in the Dragon Age series? Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer Origins, Dragon Age 2's combat system, or Dragon Age Inquisition? There's really no wrong answer. It's just the kind of style that you prefer. I like Origins because it's kind of like the older style RPGs, and I don't have to have like as good twitch reflexes as I used to in order to play it. I don't know. Yeah, but let me know, I guess. So now we have the control rod, we have the activation code, so we see Shale, the Golem here, sort of frozen in place. We also see a rather conspicuous basket of birdseed. It's almost empty. Most birdseed seems to have scattered about, but there's birdseed right next to this Golem. I wonder if that's significant. So we approach the Golem.
This is a Golem, I believe. Damaged, perhaps beyond repair. There may be a way to reactivate it, though that is not necessarily wise.
Yeah, we're going to definitely be reactivating. So on closer inspection, it appears to be a golem like those few that remain in Orzammar, but obviously damaged and corroded by inactivity. So I also kind of like the game master text, that appears, from time to time, and you don't quite. I don't know if you get that in Dragon Age 2 or Inquisition. You could. I might be wrong. I just don't remember it as well. So here we have Dulefgar to activate the Golem, and nothing happens. Apparently either the rod is not working or the code word is incorrect. So, that's not good. Luckily we didn't pay for the control rod, but there's definitely something wrong with it. However, there's another point of interest on this map that we can go check out, and that is going to be what I walked right past. So Wilhelm's, and I'm sure it's Wilhelm for like a nod to the Wilhelm scream, but it's Wilhelm's cellar. We got a strange crystal cluster with a small flawed natural crystal. So that is going to be used a little later.
Finished.
And I am so glad that I was able to get this DLC. Like when I first tried and it's wouldn't let me download it, I was gonna be a little upset because Shale is one of my favorite characters. But luckily, because I have I had Origins originally on the 360. Some of the DLC that I paid for is still registered as being purchased, so that helps quite a bit. And I was able to go back and just recheck all that, re-download it from the Microsoft Store, which is great. Because this is one of my favorite characters in the entire game, so I'm glad that I've got the opportunity to get Shale here. We'll just go around, collect our spoils here. Okay, cool. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. As I've said in each of the streams before, in case it's the first time you're watching, on the home console version anyway, if you pull the trigger to bring up the radial menu, it will let you know what you can sort of interact with in a radius around you. So you see the door there, the decades-old letter we haven't gotten to yet, and Wilhelm's special brew, which gives us the gift of alcohol that we will use later. I'm trying to save most of the alcohol for a particular party member, but we haven't gotten there yet. Alright, take this Genlock emissary out. That's one of the ones that loves to do the misdirection pucks, and I don't want any of that happening here. So luckily I didn't get that cast on them. Alright. So we got them taken care of. There are some survivors behind a magical barrier, but I'm not worried about that right now. Let's check out this decades-old letter. I'm going to assume it's in quest related. Or not. Notes? Okay, a note from Honleth Village Council. Mistress Matilda, the council has unanimously agreed to put you in charge of the decorations for Honleth's upcoming Harvest Festival. Interesting. Honleth's up to do. We all adored what you did at the village. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to actually read all that. It is interesting that it talks about the Harvest Festival, though, because, like I said, I just finished running a session of the tabletop game from Green Ronin, the Dragon Age role-playing game. And the Dragon Age system was the first non-Dungeons & Dragons role-playing game I ever picked up. It was at a point where I was pretty much decided that I was only going to collect for D&D, but I picked up the Dragon Age one because I love the video game series so much, and I'm running the Dalish Curse, which is the adventure that came with the original Set 1 box set, and the events that take place there happened in a town called Vintiver, but it also took place shortly after their Harvest Festival. So it's kind of cool to see a little correlation there. However forced it might be on my end.
By the Maker, we're saved!
You weren't sent by the band, were you? To save us? The statue outside? Why would... Oh, I think I see. You bought the control rod, didn't you? You came here looking for Shale.
That's right. That's not normal.
That damnable Golem brought us nothing but trouble. My mother sold the rod years ago after it killed my father, and good riddance.
Killed your father? What do you mean?
My father's name was Wilhelm.
Did he scream?
Mage to the Isles of Redcliffe and a hero in the war against Orlais. And what did he get? One day, my mother found him outside the tower, with so many broken bones she could barely recognize him, and shale standing over him, just like it is now. My father deserved better than that. But if you really want to wake Shale up, well, it's yours now.
Yeah, except it didn't actually work.
My mother might have passed along the wrong command phrase when she sold the rod. She said she never wanted to see Shale active again. Look, I'll tell you the command phrase, but I'll need your help first.
Of course you
I know
will.
you already saved my life, and I'm grateful, but my daughter is inside the laboratory. She was afraid and ran too far in before I could stop her. I don't know how she made it past my father's defenses. One of the men tried to go after her. He was killed, but you could find her, couldn't you?
Yeah, I'm a father too, so I am going to do that.
You will? Thank the Maker! My father's laboratory is just past the next area, I think. She has to be there.
Alright, so we'll go see if we can save her. I will admit that I think it does come down to Persuade. And I'm hoping my Persuade's high enough to actually be able to save her. There's also going to be a puzzle involved, which will probably take me an embarrassingly long amount of time to solve. So we'll see what happens there. If I get too frustrated, I may just say screw it, but we'll see. Like I said, it's late at night. I just wrapped up a tabletop RPG session. Not quite sure if my voice will hold out throughout this entire stream. We'll do our best here. Alright, Alistair gained a level. Ooh, the Harvest Ring. Harvest Festival Ring. What does that do? +2 to strength, +2 dexterity? Yeah, we're going to put that on my main character right away. We're going to be greedy with the buffs. Alright, so yeah, I'll take everything because I can sell the warming balm and stuff that I've never used those. I don't know. I guess, do people actually use like the salves and the balms, or do you just use your weapons? They're probably worth using. I've just never actually done it. Maybe during this stream I will endeavor to actually use the warmth balm or something, just to see what it actually does for me. Alright, here we go. I'm going to level Alistair up first, then save. Because I do want to see if I can try to save the girl. So Alistair is level 11. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I am just behind Win in experience, but that's fine. So, whoops. So Alistair. I don't think I need any more dexterity, so everything else is going to go into strength. And let's actually bump his con up a little bit too. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I only need to get up to a 32 strength, so once I achieve that, I might start pumping his con as well. Because I can't take any of those other things right now. Okay, I might actually have to redo this. Let's just go to 32. I'll start pumping up his con with every level up going forward. But let's just take Assault so that he has it. I don't really like the Threaten or the other auras stuff too much, personally, so I'll try to keep him within his Sword and Shield fighting style or Templar, or eventually I can start giving him a second specialization, but we don't have any of that yet. Alright, and yeah, I said I wanted to save. We'll do a little safety save here. And let's see what we can do.
What do you mean you've never climbed a tree? Don't cats like to be in trees? Oh look, someone's come to play. You have come to play, haven't you? We're playing a guessing game. It's better with more people.
Good, you're safe. Your father was worried.
Father? Oh, you can tell him I'm fine. Maybe he'll come and stay with us, too. Anyway, you should go if you're not going to play. Kitty finds you distracting.
The cat finds me distracting?
Kitty's clever. She says you want to take me back to my father, but I'm not going. She would be lonely.
You are so kind, Amalia. I would miss you dearly if you left.
That's not normal,
Poor
right?
silly.
Talking is simple enough, once you know how.
I mean, once you're possessed by a demon?
Oh, bug whistles. You're just no fun. I'm going to ignore you now.
Nothing you say will convince Amalia to go with you. She loves only me now. I am her friend, while you are just a stranger.
Yeah, there's nothing unusual about that, right?
I have done nothing. I am all but powerless. The mage made sure of that, didn't he? I cannot leave this chamber. No, Amalia found me. After decades of isolation, her company is welcome.
Ah.
It seems we are at an impasse, so let me propose a compromise of sorts. Release me, mortal, and let me have the girl. Let us return to her father and leave this place forever.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that.
That's such a crude way of putting it. I do not wish to harm Amalia. I merely want to see your world through her eyes. Is that so wrong?
I mean, yeah. Alright, so here we go. So I can just say I'll let you go, but you need to leave the girl. I can try to lie, which runs a risk of failure. I'm going to try option 1 first.
But I do like this one.
I like you too, Kitty.
But if it means escaping this prison, I am willing to leave on my own. I agree to your terms. The mage's wards hold me within this chamber, and only a mortal may approach them. There is a trick to disarming the wards, but I do not know it. Perhaps you will succeed where the girl failed.
Oh, this is so exciting. Kitty is going to be free. I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so perfect and pretty.
Alright, so you can just attack right away, but I'm pretty sure if you do that, the second you try that, obviously a demon will possess Amalia, and she ends up being killed, right? So I don't necessarily want to do that. So I think I can go through and actually solve the puzzle. And then after I solve it, I can choose to attack the demon, and I think that's what I'm going to go for. I'm just going to, let's see here. Honestly, I don't want to spend a ridiculous and, like, embarrassing amount of time trying to solve this, so we'll just see if I can. I'll try it a little bit at first, and then we'll see what happens here.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Okay. So basically what we got to do is we got to get the fire all the way from where it's starting over to this part here. So let's go ahead and try it, shall we?
He's my best friend.
Alright, yeah. I am not good at these. So let me just... Whoops, that's not the one I meant to
Thinking about the sun.
interact with. You can also damage yourself if you're standing on a tile when it hits the fire there. So I was gonna try to look up a solution, but honestly, we'll just do it. I mean, we'll do this legit and awfully. And I know, like, there's some people, if I stood there, I was going to catch on fire. I know there's some people that's, like, these types of puzzles are super easy to them.
Oh, it's a flower.
I've done it really quickly on a couple of occasions. But, honestly, I just usually end up taking forever. Okay, so we need to get that one there. Definitely need to get that one there.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
Whoops. And sometimes you just select the wrong one. Completely and totally by accident. So yeah, here you see my awful puzzle solving skills. Alright. And again, sometimes you just end up selecting the wrong one. Oh, we got it. This right here. Oh, no, we don't quite have it yet.
I like it when Kitty sings to me.
That was me being super overconfident. So what we gotta do is just get that one up. And catch myself on fire, because of course I do.
Kitty says Grandpa Wilhelm locked her up in this room. Isn't that awful?
Alright. Oh.
I've always wanted a cat, and Kitty is so
Here we
perfect
go.
and pretty.
Okay, now we got it. That wasn't that bad, right? For 1 a.m. in the morning for me.
I can feel the magic fading.
After just wrapping up jamming a tabletop RPG.
Not to be caged.
Kitty? What's happening?
A wonderful thing, my dear, for both of us.
Alright, so here we're gonna say, keep your hands off the girl
I changed
demon.
my mind. I like the girl. I do not think I will find another like her.
Oh, so I get to go with you after all?
Crap. I may have screwed up. Oh well.
I will take her anyhow. She is mine.
Kitty! You're scaring me! I won't let you inside me! I won't!
Okay, no, I think we're good. We're good.
Do not let them overwhelm us.
Alright, also the demon voice. I think I said this in the last one. Ow. But it is super creepy. If I also press the wrong button. It is super creepy hearing like the other like lower rumbling disassociated voice. That's slightly off-timed. It's just awesome. I love it. Alright, so we got some other cool stuff here. Let's take a look at it. So we got the Core to Shatter Dreams, which is for mages only, +3 willpower, plus 10 mental resistance. So we will give that to Win, because I think that's better than the plus 2 magic. It might not be, but I'm going to give it to her anyway. And then we also got the Helm of Hanleth. Plus 2 to all attributes and plus 3 to armor. I can wear it, so I'm gonna. But we will give the Thane helmet to Alistair because it's less armor, but the plus 3 defense I like. So we're gonna go with that. I didn't get any of the other Templar armor pieces, so it's not like I'm gonna be able to complete the set. I like sometimes the guards will drop it in the Circle Tower, the ones that were corrupted by another demon, Desire Demon, but I didn't get any. Like the only thing I got was the helmet, which is funny because that's usually like the one item I don't get. I'll normally get like the armor, the gloves, and like maybe I think the boots. So it's just weird the way that it worked out. But we triggered some other defenses, so we got to fight some other things here. As I said, like I'm struggling to keep my voice here, but yeah. So sort of going back to the tabletop role-playing game, and also like the Master of the Game channel, which if you're not subscribed to on YouTube, I definitely recommend checking it out. It's a great channel. Juice runs all kinds of runs or hosts all kinds of games on there. But he had a short video that he put out a couple weeks ago, anyway. And in that he talked about it was like a little short response video. And he talked about the Dragon Age RPG as a great system to get into.
Thank you so much.
We'll
I'm sorry I ran
hold that
away,
thought for a
Daddy.
second.
I was so scared.
It's all right, Butterfly. You're safe now. All the bad creatures are gone. The phrase to activate Shale is Dulan Han. If you still want that bloody thing. I wouldn't if I were you. Now we should go, and quickly. Thank you again. We owe you our lives.
Oh, you're welcome. I will admit, so before I get back to the Dragon Age thing, I will admit, as a father, I wasn't the first time I played. So the first time I played this game and did this quest, I failed, and the demon possessed the girl, and I had to slay their combined form. But as a father now, I really hate to fail that one. It just, I don't know, there's just something about it that gets to me. But yeah, so he had mentioned that the Dragon Age system, or the Age system in general, is a really great RPG to get into if you're new to role-playing games. And I agree with that. It's a really simple 3 6-sided dice system. So for people that aren't well into RPGs yet, it uses the dice that you guys would be more likely to have just from other board games. So like the 6-sided dice, the D6s, they're what people are used to. They're what non-tabletop RPG players are used to when it comes to dice. And it's super easy system to pick up and learn. Like there's not much to it in terms of like how complicated the rules are, but there's a lot that they do with it. So if you haven't checked out the Dragon Age RPG or the Expanse, or I think Blue Rose, another one, Modern Age, Fantasy Age, they're all really great, and I do recommend them. Dragon Age is the only one that I own from those systems, but it's a great system to pick up, and I do highly recommend checking it out. So here we go. We're going to activate Shale.
I knew that the day would come when someone would find the control rod. And not even a mage this time. Probably stumbled across the rod by accident, I suppose. Typical.
Well, to be fair,
I stood here in this spot and watched the wretched little villagers scurry around me for, oh, I have no idea how long. Many, many years.
And the villagers had no idea they were being watched. Creepy.
I was just beginning to get used to the quiet, too. Tell me, are all the villagers dead?
No, not all of them. But I take it that wouldn't concern you?
Familiarity breeds contempt, as they say, and after 30 years as a captive audience, I was as familiar with these villagers as one could possibly be. Not that I wish their fate on them, no. But it did make for a delightful change of pace.
Sorry, Alex. I'm really trying hard not to lose my voice here. Yeah, no, I'll bet.
Well, go on then. Out with it. What is its command?
Well, first, let's talk a little.
Perhaps. I may have forgotten after all the years of being called Golem. Golem, fetch me that chair. Do be a good Golem and squash that insipid bandit. And let's not forget, Golem, pick me up. I tire of walking. It does have the control rod, doesn't it? I am awake, so it must.
Something wrong?
I see the control rod, yet I feel... Go on, order me to do something.
Fine. Attack Alistair.
Hey!
And, nothing. I feel nothing. I feel no compulsion to carry out its command. I suppose this means the rod is... broken?
Shouldn't you be happy about that?
I suppose if I can't be commanded, this means... I have free will, yes? It is simply... what should I do? I have no memories beyond watching this village for so long. I have no purpose. I find myself at a bit of a loss. What about it? It must have awoken me for some reason, no? What did it intend to do with me?
So the options are I hadn't given it much thought. I could think of many uses for a personal golem. I don't intend to do anything with you. I'm going to say I hadn't given it much thought.
I see. Wonderful. I suppose I have two options, do I not? Go with it or go elsewhere? I do not even know what lies beyond this village.
So, you're welcome to come with me. Are you going to keep calling me it? What do you want to do? Which is what I'm going to choose. Then there's, and you killed your former master, which I should bring up at some point. But I'm going to go with, what do you want?
I watched this village for so long, unable to move or act. My memories of anything before are vague at best. So I have no idea what I want to do. I'm glad to be mobile. Was that not enough?
Alright, let's bring up the elephant in the room here.
Did I? I remember that I had a former master. The mage with the furry brows who poked and prodded and barked orders. Did I kill him? I hope I did kill him. Perhaps the last order he barked was, Golem, stop crushing my head. Ah!
I love Shale. I noticed you didn't call him it.
Yes, I'm just funny that way.
Well, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, you're welcome to come with.
Are you certain you want to bring that thing with us? It could be dangerous and large.
Think of it as a portable
Good
battering
point.
ram.
Better it than me, anyhow.
I will follow it about then. For now. I am called Shale, by the way.
I am pleased to
This
meet
should be
you.
interesting.
Because you are my favorite character. Alright. So, say goodbye, Sten.
Vashaden.
It was nice while it lasted.
Yes.
But we are going to go with Shale. So Alistair just proves a little bit. We'll fix that up in a little here. But first, if I press the right button. So we have Shale. Oh, Shale's level 12. I guess I'm not ahead of everybody yet. Oh well, that's fine. So we have some crystals here. So we have a large chipped spirit crystal. which defends against spirit damage, but we also have flawed ones, which I think are better overall. So we have a large flawed fire crystal, which has an armor rating of 10. Fatigue's a little bit higher, but 20% fire resistance. Then we have the lightning crystal. And then we have the natural crystal. So I'm going to go with the lightning one for now. And then for weapons, what we actually have are small crystals. So the large ones are for armor, the small ones are for attacks. And we're actually going to go, I think we're going to go with the fire crystals on the hands. And then we're going to try to talk to Shale again.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So, what does it think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
So there are some hints as to Shale's former life, which I'm not going to spoil anything right now, but I will say that those crystals are quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Alright, so Shale approves, +5. Let's talk to Shale again.
It doesn't have better things to do.
So I'm not going to ask for the crystals because we already established what they are. How did you end up in Honleth? Do you remember?
Oh, yes. That I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Golems snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
I would have thought you'd enjoy scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some scary thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh.
Do you remember anything before you came
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great battles, fighting many humans long ago. They were all very soft and squishy. And before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Alright, so Shale's character has a form of amnesia. As we increase Shale's approval, Shale will start to remember more and more of their past. So let's just go with, you didn't like Wilhelm, did you?
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. Ha! I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
A fortune, in fact, even though we just literally had it given to us.
Good. Clearly, I am worth it.
So why were you in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Pah! Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
His wife?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can it believe it? And she still wanted me out.
How does one trick a goal?
And a lot of nerve. Good. I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Alright, so let's see if we can talk to her one more time.
It doesn't have better things to do.
No, it doesn't. You watch the village day and night, like, for years?
I do not sleep, so yes, and I thank it for reminding me. Try to imagine, if it will, what it would be like to be surrounded by nothing but boring peasants, all oblivious to it.
That would be rather horrid.
And then there were the birds. A whole village full of pigeons and ravens and sparrows all perching on me day in and day out.
Sounds a little messy.
Those foolish villagers would spread birdseed near me, drawing the birds, because they thought having birds perch on me was quaint. Quaint! If there hadn't been the occasional kind soul to scour me clean, I don't care to discuss this anymore.
Alright. So I think we got Shale's approval going in the right direction here. Still got a little ways to go, but we also have some gifts that we're just going to go ahead and give right now. So the ones that work best on Shale are like gemstones. I think you can get like silver and gold bars as gifts. Yeah, we got a small gold bar.
Very nice indeed.
So we'll give that to Shale. We'll also give the remarkable green stone.
Very nice indeed.
Alright. So we got some more approval going there, which is great. And so the one thing I wanted to trigger, and like I said, I do apologize if I'm trying to keep from losing my voice, but one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I got before we left was for Shale to talk about how much Shale hates birds, in particular pigeons and just all manner of fowl, for, you know, perching on her and obviously for leaving themselves on her, or on Shale, I guess I should say. Spoiler, technically. Because there's a scene that we're about to trigger, and I wanted there to be a little more context to it. So let's go ahead. I just love that like that shrug, like the what, like, you know, nothing happened, right? I just love that. All right, so we're gonna actually go back to Denerim. Actually, no, let's go to the party camp first.
Now that we're back at the camp, I want to talk about what happened at Redcliffe.
So yeah, so periodically as you do certain things throughout the game and return to camp, there will be a few automatic dialogue options that get triggered. So we saw, like, Sten wanted to talk to us, and now Alistair wanted to talk to us. What's on your mind, Alistair?
I just wanted to thank you. You went out of your way to save the Isle's family, and you did it. Even though it would have been easier not to. There's been so much death and destruction. It makes me feel good that at least you were able to save something. No matter how small. I owed the Isle that much.
Oh, it was no problem. If we can stop the blight, we'll save much more. Yeah.
You're right. Hopefully, by that time, there's still enough of Ferelden left to save. Good. Now that the warm, fuzzy part of the day is over with, we can get back to the ritual dismemberments. Oh, wait, it's not Tuesday, is
it? We got quite a bit of approval out of Alistair there. So let's actually do the rounds and talk to some of the party members, because we do want to get their approvals up. Doing so will trigger a lot of, like, their personal quests. You have to sort of get their approval to certain points, and you have to sort of also, I think you have to get certain dialogue out of them. So let's go ahead and start talking to Liliana.
Something I can help with?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
What's on your mind?
Why did you decide to come to Ferelden?
My mother was from Denerim, and I consider myself a Ferelden. Mother served an Orlesian noblewoman who lived here when Orlais ruled. When Orlais was defeated and the common folk began to resent the presence of any Orlesian, the lady returned to Orlais. She took my mother with her. I was born in Orlais and did not set foot in Ferelden till much later. Mother was always telling me stories of her homeland. I think she missed it.
What happened to her?
Mother died when I was very young. Lady Cecily let me stay with her. I had no one else. She was quite old then, and she had me study music and dance to entertain her. It is unfair that I have more memories of Cecily than my mother.
Do you remember anything about your mother?
Strangely, the only thing I really remember of Mother was her scent. She kept dried flowers in her closet amongst her clothes. Small white Ferelden wildflowers with a sweet fragrance. Mother called them Andrastis Grace. They were very rare in Orlais. But enough about that. Let us move on.
Sure. It kind of sucks that I didn't get any approval there, but I do believe I have... Oh wait, maybe I don't. I thought I had the flower that she wanted, but I do have the Rose of Orlais. So let's give her that. Oops, let's give her that.
Why, thank you so much.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I thought I had the. You can get the Ferelden flower as a gift. Let me just make sure that that's not something I can buy from Bodon.
Are you sure I can't interest you in this hat? A pair of ears? I'm sure you'll be pleased.
Alright, let's just go over to the gift section. Golden rope. Okay, nope, just the golden rope necklace. That backpack is expensive. Alright. Well, we'll go talk to Liliana again, see if we can get some more dialogue out of her.
Something I can help with? Yes? What's on your mind? I miss Val Royeaux. Unlike other cities where the people are the lifeblood and the character, Val Royeaux was her own person, and her people little more than decorations. There was always music in Val Royeaux, streaming from the many windows, quiet refrains and triumphant choruses, and always, floating above that all, the chant, coming from the Grand Cathedral. It was magnificent.
Yeah, that sounds wonderful.
Oh, it would take me a day or two to talk about the many splendors of Orlais, her golden fields, her lush meadows. Of course, there are good things and bad things about Orlais, like anywhere else. Sometimes I miss it dearly, and sometimes I'm glad I'm rid of it. And you will laugh at this, but I miss the fine things I had in Orlais. Dresses, fine dresses and furs, and shoes, of course. One can't mingle with nobility with bad shoes, you see. Orlais is very fashionable, almost ridiculously so. But the shoes, living with those ridiculous trends was worth it for the shoes.
Oh, I love shoes.
When I left Orlais, the fashion was shoes with delicate tapered heels and embellishments in the front. A ribbon, perhaps, or embroidery. In soft colors, of course. It was spring.
I'm really kind of sucking up to her right now, but yeah, that sounds so lovely.
I had my eye on a pair my shoemaker was working on. It was covered in pale blue silk with amber beads on the toe. The shoes made in Orlais were exquisite. Not at all like these clunky fur-lined leather boots you have in Ferelden. Ugh, just look at them.
I know, right? So ugly and shapeless. Which, you know, to be fair, as a dwarf, the Ferelden boots probably wouldn't look good to me either.
They're sturdy shoes, but sometimes a girl just wants to have pretty feet. Oh, I could talk about shoes all day, but we have things to do, don't we?
+1. Oh my god.
Help with?
Alright.
Yes? What's on your mind?
Let's talk about this vision of yours.
Sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
So I'm gonna be nice. Like, I'm not gonna talk down to her or I'm just gonna say either what then, or you dreamed of the blight. I'm gonna go with what then.
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
Yeah, and this made you want to help
In
me?
my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the blight devours everything?
I suppose I couldn't sit by either, because technically, again, my dwarf character wouldn't know much about the actual, like, the Maker and the Chantry and the human religion.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a blight to stop.
Alright, I just want to see if I can get any more
Yes? What's on your mind?
information from her. Okay, so nothing quite at this point. What's her... Her approval's getting pretty decent, and I can level her, so let's go ahead and do that. Several levels, in fact. So we're just gonna go... we'll go 20 Cunning. Whoops. Get her up to 20 Strength. And then we'll just put the rest in Dexterity. We got a couple of different things here, so we're gonna go with... Just get those out of the way. We have 3 talents. We'll go with the Bard's Distraction, Song of Courage, and we'll go with Melee Archer. Alright, so I'm going to talk to a couple other party members, including we're going to talk to Shale again, and I'm going to talk to Moore again, because I actually found something in the Circle Tower that is specifically for her.
Oh, how dear of you. Thank you so much.
But before we do that, I'm going to take just a short break here. I know we're only about an hour into the stream, but I'm going to make myself a tea or something to try to like soothe my throat. Because like I said, I just ran an RPG session. If you're just tuning in now, and yeah, my throat's a little raw, so just from talking and all that stuff. So I'm going to make myself a tea. I need about 5 minutes or so, and I will be back. So stick with me. We're going to, again, just do some stuff here at camp. And then we're going to do some side quests, including going to Denerim and starting ourselves a little crime wave. So looking forward to that. I will be back in like 5 or 6 minutes or so. Long enough to make a tea, let steep a little bit, and I will be back. So thanks for sticking with me, for those that have, and hopefully I'll see you on the other side of this break. So be back in a few. All right. So sorry for taking the break there, but I just needed to get myself a tea. Also, welcome, Sword Talon One. Always great to see you. So you did ask if I was on break, and I just replied to you, but I mentioned that I did the tabletop Dragon Age game, and he said that's cool, it was a good stream. So yeah, I saw you on there commenting. I always feel terrible when I run like games like that, because my laptop's just not good enough to run both YouTube and the Zoom call at the same time. So I see like comments and stuff on there, and I just never really get a chance to respond to them. I use my I check on my phone, but I don't get to interact as much as I would like. So I always appreciate your support. It means a lot to me, and I do see you there, even if I don't really get a chance to interact with you too much. So it's cool to do that on the stream here. And it says that you have the same the cat clock on that was on the pause screen. Yeah, that used to be a pretty popular thing. I had a friend who had that as well. It's always kind of cool to see. You're busy anyway. I do appreciate it, but I don't know. Like I said, if someone comes to show their support, I always want them to know that I recognize and appreciate it. All right, so yeah, I wanted to talk to a few more party members. So let's actually start with Shale, then we'll give Morrigan her book, and then we will move on to Denerim and start getting some side quests there. We're going to start our next major story-based section probably next stream, although I might see if I can download some more of the the DLC expansions. I believe Return to Ostagar is already available to me, and I think that's already downloaded. I'm just going to make sure of that. And there's also the Wardens Keep DLC, which I also want to get. So hopefully I'll have that by the time I do the next stream. But let's go ahead and talk to Shale while I take another sip of my throat-soothing tea, and yeah, we'll get on with it.
I've watched a lot of humans in my time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings? Then that must be it. My experience with dwarves is limited, but obviously I need to encounter more of them. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
Oh, we don't want that.
Indeed. Can it imagine the horror? Oh. Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
So we're telling us you got Shale. Yes, I was able to get Shale. So basically, because I had like the Xbox account already, it does track a lot of the things that you previously paid for and downloaded, which is awesome because I'm kind of still used to systems not doing that. So I had to go back separately into the Microsoft Store to get Shale. I couldn't download it through just through like the downloadable content menu on the Dragon Age game. But I was able to get Shale, which is great. And like I said, I believe I also have Return to Ostagar ready to go as well. So yeah, I was really happy that I was able to get Shale, because like I said, my favorite character reminds me so much of HK-47 from the Knights of the Old Republic, which, as it turns out, I can also download from the Microsoft Store, which is something I will probably do for a future stream. But let's talk to Shale one more time.
It doesn't have better things to do.
Not really. I mean, I guess I do, but let's go with how did Wilhelm come to acquire you? So I want to start kind of drilling down into Shale's past, if I can.
That part I know, as Wilhelm often bragged about it to whomever was willing to listen to him. He claimed to have found me in the Deep Roads. I was in the ruins of a Tig, he said, deactivated, with my control rod not far away.
You don't know why you were there. Yeah, let's just, do you know where in the Deep Roads this was?
No, that secretive bastard refused to tell me. I would ask and ask, but no. He used to say that one day, if I were compliant and didn't talk back at his wife, he would take me there and I could look around myself. Rotten, lying bastard. If I had his head in my hands now, I would squeeze it like a giant lemon. Squish.
Sword talent, love Shale's personality. Yeah, Shale is just an awesome character. Like I said, I love Shale, HK-47. Just those individuals that just don't understand humanity and sort of despise the soft, squishy meatbag characters. Just so good, so well done.
It was a hobby of his, scavenging. One of the reasons he traveled so much is that he was looking for entrances into the deep roads, old places the dwarves had long forgotten. And then he would sneak down and search for magical treasure, before anyone was the wiser.
You don't know why you were there?
I remember a battle. It was long before, and then there was darkness. Bah, in short, no, I do not remember why I was there. It makes no difference. On then.
Alright, let's move on. Alright, so yeah, like I said, we're getting Shale up there pretty decently, actually, which is nice. So the last thing I'm going to do at camp is I'm going to give Morrigan her book that we found in the Circle Tower. The Black Grimoire. And I'm kind of debating whether I want to put Morrigan back in the party in place of Wynne, but we'll see.
What? You found Flemeth's grimoire? Ever since we discovered the condition of the Mage's Tower, I had wondered if it might be recoverable, but I had yet to speak of it to you. How fortunate that you found it on your own. You have my thanks. I will begin study of the tome immediately.
Alright, you are welcome. What do you hope to find within it?
My mother has many of them, and this tome represents the one time that they were able to get away from her. I do not intend to squander this opportunity to learn more than Flemeth wished me to know. This should be interesting.
Alright, so she approves +8. That got her up quite a bit. I'm going to level her up. I think I will actually take her to Denerim with me instead of Wynne. Because what I'm going to do isn't as moralistically strong, I guess, as what Wynne would probably want. So willpower and magic, will sort of keep those together. 28 magic. Alright. Thought I had 28 magic. Oh, that was the wrong one. Okay, hold on. It helps if I read, right? Okay, so we're going to go with Tempest. So Tempest is one of Tempest, Blizzard, and Inferno are like sort of the three huge AoE spells that you can do in this game. Tempest is the easiest one to get because it's like in the third tier of spells instead of the last tier like the other two. And it just basically just has continuous lightning in an area for a pretty decent amount of time, actually. So that's really good, especially if you're playing on the lower difficulties like I am, where there's no friendly fire. So I will get that Tempest, and eventually I want to get the Inferno as well. I don't get Blizzard because I'm pretty sure that will actually, even though it doesn't do damage, it does freeze targets temporarily when they're trapped inside of the area. So I never get that one because it's detrimental even if it doesn't do damage. But we're going to go with Tempest. And that's one that I'll just activate myself when the time comes. So let's actually go back into our inventories, and then we're gonna switch out Wynne's. I don't seem. Oh, I must have sold off. All right, let's just buy some robes for Wynne first, and then we'll switch her. Oh, I guess I sold those right away. I was planning on just keeping her in the party permanently. Oh. There doesn't appear to be Oh, no, that's Bodon's wares. Let's buy back. Nope. Okay. Well, this is going to get a little awkward for a bit, but I'm sure I'll get Mage's Robes here in a moment. So, when this is going to be... just look away, people, just for a second. Okay. And then we're going to go to Morrigan. And unfortunately, Morrigan's clothing is, like, unique to her, so nobody else can wear it. But let's just go ahead and put this on her because it boosts her stats quite a bit. Yeah, like +9 to magic and I think like +10 to willpower. Alright, so we've done everything in camp that we're going to do now. I don't want to take up too much of the time with the conversations, even though you really can. I'll try to spread it out. I'll just make sure to come back to camp a little more frequently than I do in the regular game. Or when I'm playing without people around, and you do see Wynn and her unmentionables. So let's just get out of that. And right, so with the camp I have to go into the Ferelden map. And we're going to go back to Denerim, so we'll see if we get an encounter along the way. Again, coming to and going from DLC sections usually doesn't trigger encounters on the road. I know that the first time I go from Denerim to just a standard location, there definitely will be one. So here we are. Let's see what we can do in good old Denerim. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Chanter's board. And we're just going to take all of those. And I think the Mages Collective will also have some more stuff for us to do here. The Blackstone Irregulars may also have... Oh, I got to turn something in. Yeah, so the Mages Collective has a couple more quests. I could read through them all, but we're just gonna do them. Also, we can talk to this guy. But before we do that, I actually want to go back into Wade's Emporium and get the armor.
You'll hear about your order.
It's done. I made the armor. And it's garbage. I wouldn't let a festering swine wear it.
Wade, it's amazing. I don't see anything wrong with it.
Are you blind as well as stupid? The leg guards are too tight. It'll chafe. The dye isn't even... Look here. I see a splotch. It's garbage, I say.
It's fine. Truly. It's a work of art. Here, wear it well. Now kindly leave.
Alright, I don't think I have enough Dragon Scale or Drake Scale for him to do another suit of armor, but you have to go through 3 different suits. 2 in the Drake Scale, and then 1 finally in the Dragon Scale.
I want to try again. I've learned so much.
Wade,
although I can't help but feel like I just wasted the 10 gold that I paid the first time.
How can I help you? You must
I have more scales.
Kidding. We're done. No.
Herein, more scales. But alas, not enough. Find more, and I'll happily craft another set. This time, I'll do it right.
Please, in Andraste's name, don't come back. I am sick to death of drakes.
Okay, so speaking of characters with super strong personalities,
certainly.
I love these guys. So let's sell off a bunch of stuff here, shall we? Alright, so we've got this axe we're not going to use, the crow dagger, the regular dagger. Although I can't remember if those were taken off of Zevran or not. I'm sure I'll find other stuff that he can use. So this is a 2-handed weapon. It's worth a gold, and I believe that... I believe I took this off of Sten. I think I'll hold on to that for now, just in case, but we're going to sell the greatsword, this green blade. Yeah, we're going to sell off the green blade. The longsword, the Chevalier's mace. And then we'll sell that, sell those. I'm going to keep... I'm running out of space, too, so I really need to sell some stuff off. So we're going to sell the magic staff. I'm gonna keep the bow. I'm gonna sell the shield because I don't think it's better than the one that Alistair has. Plus 25. Yeah, no, we're gonna sell Eamon shield. We're not gonna use it. And then for armor, we'll sell off that. Commander's plate boots. Yeah, we'll sell that. Leather, scale, both chainmails. I guess I should have been selling this stuff off before. Heavy chainmail, heavy plate, we'll sell that as well. We'll keep Morrigan's armor, though, or Morrigan's robes, because we might need that later. Gold ring is just for money. I should put stuff on people and then figure out what I'm going to do with that, but we'll sell all those off. Okay, I want to keep those. I want to keep those garnets because, like I said, those are quest related. But I'll probably sell off these other things for now. Because the dwarves, the dwarves, when I complete the treaty quest with them, they like gemstones, and that's usually the lesser ones. But I'm going to get a whole bunch of those later as I buy more backpacks. Sword Talon, yeah, those guys are. Oh yeah, they're awesome. And Wade and so these guys also appear in Awakening, and I've never actually completed all of their quests in Awakening, which sucks. So I really want to do that at some point because they're just awesome. You also see them in the Darkspawn Chronicles DLC. Where you actually play as Darkspawn characters as they're attacking Denerim. And something interesting happens there. I don't know if it's canon or not. I'm going to assume that it's probably not. But I'm not going to spoil it in case I decide to play that here on stream. Also, this guy here, Knight Commander Tavish, he's one of the guys that you can basically sell out the Mages Collective to. But we're not going to do that, so I'm never going to talk to him. Alright, can I actually do anything with these yet?
I am done.
I can.
No, I cannot.
Okay, those ones are... Yeah. Okay, so... Oh, I didn't mean to trigger that, but let's do it now.
Grey Warden, Duncan's apprentice. You killed my friend. And good King Kalen. I demand satisfaction, sir.
Yeah, I didn't actually do any of that. Let's play dumb a little bit.
An uncommon traitor deserves no common death. We will meet on the field of honor, and my blade shall see justice done. Meet me in the back alley behind the Nord Noble Tavern. There we will duel.
Okay. So basically, there's not much I can do to talk. I can try to lie. I think that can work, and you just don't trigger the fight at all. But yeah. If I say the low gains, which is true, his things are false, but
so
let's just...
slander on top of treason.
Right, there's just no talking out of it.
Terran Logain's word.
You've got the Darkspawn DLC, but don't think it'll activate without the original... Oh. I don't know about that. I haven't played it since I first got the game, when the servers were active. I'll have to try that. I might just see if I can load it up off stream just to try here. And actually, can I talk this guy out of it?
I do not like your tone, sir. But you may be right. I may regret this, but I cannot duel someone who may be guiltless.
Okay,
Leave
cool.
Warden.
I can actually
If
talk him
I
out of
find
it.
Proof we will meet again.
Yeah, we won't. So with that guy, you can, if you go back, you can duel. He's gonna have he had friends that are with him as well. You can choose just to do a group combat, or you can challenge him to just a single one-on-one duel. But you can also talk him out of it. So you can also lie to him. I think that can work as well.
Welcome, welcome. We sell only the strongest dwarven steel, folded over 100
So that's on the
times in
PS3. Yeah, I don't know.
forges of
Like I said, I've never actually tried it.
Better suited to your hand than anything
It let
else
me
you can
download
find
it
in this
again.
city.
Like I'm able to download it off of the Microsoft store. So I don't know.
Every piece
All right, let's see what
comes
you got.
with a stamp of assurance from my wife's father, the best smith in Denerim.
So that guy there that I just talked to, the dwarf, he doesn't mean anything to this character, but if you choose the dwarven noble backstory, he's actually like your friend in that backstory. Like, so if you, yeah, he's got really nothing that I'm interested in. So if you played as the noble, you can actually get like a little bit of extra dialogue with him as you recognize him. But I'm not the noble. I don't know who he is. So we're just going to move on. Alright, let's talk to this guy.
You here to report
Sergeant.
another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
Well, he knows I'm a frickin' warden and doesn't even...
Your likeness was passed around to the senior guardsman at the palace. I must say, the sketch didn't do you much justice. Don't worry, even if I believed the official story of what happened at Ostagar, I'm no fool. If I asked my men to apprehend you, they'd all run and cry big sobby tears in their courtesans' bosoms and leave me all alone to be skewered. Don't disturb the peace in the market, and that's well enough for me.
I mean, I can't promise that, but I do like the cut of your jib.
The lower market isn't deemed important by the captain of the guard, even less with Al Howe in charge. So when I finally get the new men I request, I get the delightful surprise of discovering their lord such-and-such's illegitimate, untrained, moronic whelps. But lords keep sending me more of them. It's decent pay, no expectations, a uniform. So I have a legion of bastards to protect the market from pickpockets, stabbings, and whatnot. And Al Howe's specially picked men are the worst of the lot.
Sword Talon 1 that's what he started as, a Dwarven Noble, yeah. So the first character I ever played was the elf, the city elf. And then I tried I actually want to say that the Dwarf Noble was the second or third character I played. It was either the Human Noble, which is just the human warrior or rogue, or it was the Dwarf. I can't remember the exact order, but it was one of the first ones that I played. The very first, though...
What? You're serious?
The very first that I played was
yes,
the Alienage Elf, and I
pretty
love that
popular,
backstory.
Establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
Yeah, what do you need me to do?
Is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy. Thank you, Warden.
So,
happy hunting.
Just hearing that little bit of dialogue takes me back to the tabletop session I just ran. And I feel like I should have had that exact same disclaimer. Because unfortunately, fire was used. But it was still fun. It was a great session. I really enjoyed running that game for that group. All right. How close am I to gaining a level? All right, I'm getting pretty close. I'm gonna wait because this guy here gives some rogue-specific quest lines that you have to have pickpocket and lockpicking in order to take, which I have both of those things, but I'm not going to quite go there yet. So let's just go around, do a couple more things. We're going to go to that one with the pearl, and there's also like the back alley stuff that we picked up from the Chantry, I think, as well. But first, we're gonna mark the doors of some Blood Mage relatives, which is part of the Mages Collective quest. We're not going to go to Jenny TV's home yet. Oh, we got the Friends of Red Jenny. So we picked up a box and a note in the Circle Tower as well that we can trade in here for a little bit of money and stuff. Yeah, lots of fire. Yeah, yeah. So for anyone that watches this either on YouTube or on the stream now, or as it's available for a couple of weeks, The Dalish Curse has a part in it where the party members sort of run afoul of a group of villagers, including like the town's blacksmith, who's just really he was sort of at the heart of why the player characters went to the town that they went to, and it's so the village warden, not a Grey Warden, but basically like their equivalent of it's like the sheriff and mayor kind of all rolled into one. He asked the party because the blacksmith he was at it like he left the town with a group of people, and he basically asked the party members to to bring him back, and to try to bring him back alive. And let's just say that did not happen at all. But it's fine. The adventure allows for that. Like it's one of those things where there is actually, a possible consequence to what they've done. But we'll cross that bridge when it comes. If there's any consequences, we'll see. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it'll be interesting to see how that decision plays out later. All right, made it to the Pearl. So the hooded couriers.
In my experience, everyone pays for sex.
So the hooded couriers are part of the Blackstone Irregulars.
Tell your captain that our deal is now ironclad.
And we got some stuff here that we can also earn some XPs off of.
That scamp Kylon sent you money. I think you forget who you are speaking to. The Mercenaries I will give you a chance to leave quietly.
You brazen hussy. Someone needs to put you in your place.
So we'll just sort of watch this play out here.
Oh, you can do better than that, can't you?
She's too good.
Be off with you now, and be glad I only took from you your gold.
All right, so anyone who's played Dragon Age 2 will probably recognize the character, although character model looks a lot different in the second game than this one.
And I had heard that all the Ferelden Wardens were killed or exiled from this place. Oh, don't look so surprised. I've seen many of your kind in my journeys, and there is always something odd about you. Huh.
Yeah, it's probably the Darkspawn blood that we drink.
Could I entice you to leave your order and sign up as one of my crewmen? I could use those strong hands at my helm.
So this is Isabella. So she is one of the major party members you can have in Dragon Age 2. Again, like I said, they did her character model a lot different in the second game. In the first game, all the characters basically are sort of chosen from the same very limited selection of faces, hairstyles, and all that. But her personality is very similar.
I assume you saw that little drama, and none of these poor brutes has ever proven a match for me. They are too clumsy and predictable. I fight with quickness and wit, rather than with brute force and strength. I call myself a duelist because I honed my skills in duels with warriors I encountered over the years.
So she is one of the NPCs. There's most of the specializations that you can get for the classes you learn through your party members. There are a few, however, that you have to learn through NPCs. Now I already know it. I'm actually a duelist as my character right now.
Coming from a fearsome slayer of Darkspawn. I am flattered that you wish to learn from me, sweet thing. It will take you years of practice to achieve true mastery of the style, but I can teach you the basics. I do, however, wish to get to know my potential student better, so we shall call for a drink, and you will honor me with a game. Have you ever played Wicked Grace? It is easy to learn, but difficult to master. You must watch your opponent's moves as carefully as your own. Before we start, the cards must be shuffled. Shall I, or would you like to?
I'll let her shuffle. Yeah, so the duelist, each of the classes has one specialization that you have to learn outside of the party members. So for the rogue, you have the bard, which you learn from Liliana, and the assassin that you learn from Zevran. But the duelist you have to learn from Isabella, which I'm just doing here to sort of show what it's like. For the fighter...
Very well.
For the fighter,
There.
you
That
can
should be
learn
sufficient.
to be a Templar from
5
Alistair.
cards each to start with.
And you can
make
learn to
Clifford
be
play
a
a win.
Berserker from one of the characters you get
The
later on.
serpent entwined dagger. I was looking for this.
And then you can learn the Reaver specialization from a choice you can make a little bit later on. And then there's the Mage one where you play as the Arcane, or you can learn the Arcane Warrior, and you actually learn that as you're going through some ancient ruins. So there are some specializations that you have to learn from other sources, but. And this is one of them. Like I said, I'm not going to do them all because I already have them all available to me. But I just want to sort of show what this one's like. So, basically the point here is to succeed at one of these checks. So you can either use Dexterity to catch what she's doing, or you can attempt to steal a card from the deck or from her hand. So I'm going to try stealing from the deck.
Hey, what are you doing, sneak?
Yeah, I might not have enough into the
I
thievery
refuse to
skills yet,
continue
but
this game. Who knows what else you've been doing? If you want, we can start over. But I'm going to be watching you closely this... Ah, you're a good
Alright.
sport. Another game, then. Before we start, the cards must be shuffled. Shall I, or would you like? Very
alright,
well.
I'll let her shuffle
There.
them.
5 cards each to start with. Oh! I think this card will come in handy.
Alright, so I'm going to try to catch as she's drawing a card from the deck.
Please. Keep
Okay.
2
Well-
serpents, a song. I... Still undefeated after all these...
Okay, so I just don't have... you're normally higher level, so I can come back later and try. But I'm not too worried about it right now. That's just the character you learned the duelist from.
Turn around and walk, stranger. This affair is for white falcons only.
Yeah, so you need to leave.
Get a load of this guard. You're telling us what to do?
Yeah.
You aren't no common guard. You're with All How, aren't you? Men, let's clear out. Don't want to get on Locane's bad side, do we?
Tell Carlon I owe him one.
Yeah, so she's tough. So you normally have to be quite a bit of a higher level. And to be fair, I also haven't really... I guess I've got like the second level of stealing. But yeah, I think like you normally have to be around like 14th, 15th level to actually get the stuff from her. I might try it again just for the satisfaction of actually trying to like pass that. But yeah, so we've taken care of that. Let's just move on, shall we? I'm not going to take advantage of the services that they have at the Pearl. At least not yet. I might do it as a joke later on, because there are some interesting things that you can choose.
Think again.
Oh. I need a key for that. Okay. Alright, yeah, let's just head out, shall we? I want to say... Actually, hold on. Because I think... I may not have actually read there. There's a poster that can lead to an encounter.
No, I cannot.
Okay, no, I don't have it. I'll read that and then come back. I thought I did that at the end of the last game, but let's just quickly go back to the Market District. Oh, and we trigger a fight. Oh no, this is the encounter where we get paid, and then a fight breaks out. Spoilers.
But you got them to leave with no fuss at all. The Pearl's workers will...
Nobody gives orders to my men but me. A little lesson in respect is in order.
I see. Don't bother sparing these louts. Things are about to get messy.
Enemies approaching.
Okie dokes. I will not spare anybody. So, what's kind of interesting, I haven't started the thief-specific quest yet. Oh, that guy took it like a champ. I haven't started the thief-specific quests yet, but there's a chance that... Because basically what one of the guys will get me to do... Wow, that's 2 decapitations in a row. I guess my guy's in a bit of a mood. But yeah, so if you're going around doing like the pickpocket and lock-picking quests, you can get caught by the guards, and they'll like confront you and a fight will break out, which will probably happen. But it's kind of funny to get like them back to back. So for example, I had a situation where I did the pickpocketing stuff and got caught, and then the guards confronted me and attacked. And then the next time I traveled within the city, I actually... It triggered this encounter where the guard thanked... the guard captain thanked me for helping and paid me while I later fought guards because I was stealing. It's just kind of interesting how that can work out, I guess. Alright. And yeah, when you trigger those encounters, you have to choose your destination again. Unlike the world map, where you'll just pick up like where you left off. So we got to go back again, back to the market district. And you always start at that point on the map. Are you guys gonna? Okay, cool. So I'm gonna talk to you on the way back, because this is the guy that gives me the lockpicking quests. This guy immediately has another quest for me, so let's just...
Good to see you back.
And you need more help?
Complaints in the Nord Noble Tavern that some mercenaries have invaded. Nothing violent has happened. The sellswords are probably just disturbing the nobles' rarefied conversation. Just drum the louts out of there. The barkeep doesn't mind some blood. Or sport, as she called it. Captain said Denerim won't miss a few dead mercenaries. Do what you will, and good luck.
Okay, so the last one... they wanted us to have a more diplomatic solution. This time around, I can just do whatever, so we'll see. I might chase them off, I might fight them. So here's the thing I meant to read the last time. So, friends of the Grey Wardens assemble, and the password is the Griffins will rise again. So, let's go back to the Pearl. And we'll go to that door where they asked for the password. And we'll give them the password. What could possibly go wrong?
Think again.
Another Grey Warden supporter.
Not just a supporter, Payton. That's a Grey Warden. He's the one Arl Howe is looking for.
Our trap landed a Warden? You've got one chance to surrender.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. So these guys were basically like weeding out people that were sympathetic to the Wardens and basically luring them here and I assume killing them. But you know what? I don't have time for this. I'm just going to go with, like, why are you doing this?
has been very generous to his servants, especially those who get bloody jobs done.
That our work is legal makes it ever so delicious.
Yeah, walk now and
We're
live,
not
you
common
dummies.
guards, Warden. We're Howe's elite. Shavra, Tenant, and Jarvie, let's kill ourselves a Warden.
Enemies approaching!
Alright, yeah, you can certainly try. And that didn't go so well before you did it. But these guys are actually assassins, so that aura around me, basically they marked me to make me easier to hit and get criticals on, and just too bad it didn't actually work out. Is there anything here that I can... Nope, no other chests. I think all the ones that I could have gotten treasure off of, I already did. Once you see the pools of blood around their bodies, you know that Like, if they were going to drop something, then it would have happened by then. Alright. Let's go to the dirty back alley. So we're going to do some of the quests that we got from the Chanter's board. Immediately another encounter breaks out. So let's see what we got here. And one of the things I've also noticed when it comes to the to playing this on the Xbox Series X is the random encounters that you get as you're traveling. I think they have to load in. So on the 360, a lot of times, like, it's near almost the end of your travel that it actually will trigger the encounter. But so far, most of the ones that I've had trigger pretty much right away. And I didn't even see that trap. This doesn't matter. Last section I walked through every bloody trap anyway. Oh, come on. Yeah, I can do that too, look.
Shall be done.
Alright, so we have to deal with 3 of these little annoying groups. They get progressively tougher. I don't think it matters what order you actually do them in. The first one you go to just triggers Group A, and the second one you go to triggers Group B, and then like you sort of meet up with one of the leaders in Group C. But a couple of these locations you can actually come back to later because they have other quests that are attached to them. But I don't think this is one of them, because I don't see like the Dirty Hovel or any of that. So let's just gather all the stuff that we can. Got a chest here that we can pick. And a couple of these will also... Oh, this was a random encounter anyway. That's right. That's why I can't go to... Oops, another chest. Another chest. So that's why the Dirty Hovel's not here. I promise I know what I'm doing. I'll just blame that brain fart on the fact that it's like 2 in the morning where I am. Okay, so here's one of the first locations that we go to.
More enemies ahead!
Alright, so now we just get to fight these guys, these gangs. So yeah, with the gang leaders, they get tougher, and then we eventually fight the actual named leader. And as you can see, like, these alley maps, they do get reused. Like, Dragon Age 2 isn't the only Dragon Age game that reuses maps. Nice, another decapitation. But the Origins, whoops. Well, okay, did I actually get to talk to her?
Good day.
Maybe I don't have that quest yet, but yeah. So the maps that are reused in Dragon Age Origins, they're not as many, and they're not usually as blatant as the ones in Dragon Age 2. So, for example, like the back alleys are going to look similar, sure, but they're also there's the quaint hovel, but they're also just like back streets on a in a city, so they're gonna look kind of similar. So I think they were a little bit more aware of what it was that they were like, what they needed to reuse maps for. The worst one is really the deep roads, because you play through similar maps if you play as the Dwarven Noble. As well as just doing the Deep Roads quest when you're doing the treaty. Oh, and we're getting lots of fights here. So I think this is another one of the glass files, right? Yeah, glass factories. So we see a strange bit of glassware that catches our eye. It's a small factory, very unlike anything usually found in the area. The area is unnaturally cold. Dark shapes swirl around in a slip of paper. You can see a slip of paper within the vial. So I can leave the vial alone, or I can take it, and it immediately fractures when I touch it, and it summons a Revenant, who does the scorpion get over here spear. He always seems to target me. So he's immune to cold, but he still took the he still froze for a second, which helps. Alright. And we'll just back off of him for a little bit. So if you move away, sometimes they'll drop their treasure like right away. Other times they don't. If they don't, you just walk away from them. And there's nothing else that I can do here, right? Let's just see. There's a lever. There may be more guys to fight over here, which means more experience points. And yep, there we go. Oh, that's good. I'll fight them all myself. I think the lever's on the other side. Oh no, there it is. Alright, you know what? I'm not going to take all the fun. Even though I kind of want to get the experience, but I believe in sharing. Sweet, okay, got the level. So yeah, we're gonna see a bunch of these. We're gonna see a bunch of these back streets, dark alleys, or whatever they are. All right, let's do our level, shall we? All right, so cunning. So yeah, cunning could have helped me with the. With Isabella. Let's just go all dexterity this time around. And oh man, do I want to keep with the stealing, the persuasion, or the... Alright, I'm just going to select persuasion for now, because I want to see... Okay. Master Combat Training. So that is going to come in handy really soon, but not necessarily right away. And I can take a few other things in the meantime. So let's actually stick with the... we'll stick with the coercion. I can take momentum. I don't know if I'm going to use it or not, but I can take momentum. Well, actually, I think momentum's a good one. So the character has learned to carry one attack through the next, increasing attack speed substantially. It does consume stamina quickly, but that's fine. So yeah, there was one, I think it was dual striking, which means you just never get criticals. But momentum is a great one to have, and we're gonna activate that and dueling. So that increases my attack speed, which is great. Will help out my character quite a bit. And let's move on to the next one, shall we?
We must not exhaust our supply.
Get him!
Yeah, so they actually... Ooh, they named somebody... Just another gang leader, though. So yeah, you kind of... well, if I can get more than 2 attacks off on somebody, you can see that it does actually increase the attack speed pretty decently. But nobody wants to stay in place and let me show off my cool new abilities. I'm hurt. So another thing that I actually want to mention is some ideas for some future streams. So I know that, for example, like the D&D Dark Alliance game that I was doing, I think I mentioned this before, but I'm kind of running into a bit of a situation where, not on stream, like not the levels that I've done on stream so far, but just off stream, I've reached a point where I kind of can't solo the game anymore. And the game was designed with multiplayer in mind, like that was the whole point of the game to begin with. So I don't hold it against the game. It reminds me actually a lot of like the Neverwinter MMO, which I played for a while and I really liked until I got to the points where I could no longer just play solo, and you had to join like groups.
We're about to send the boys to hunt you down.
Well, you don't have to, because I'm right here. Sure. Oh, I guess she doesn't actually have a name. That's fine. I think I encountered the boss somewhere. It might be after this as like one of the random encounters on the streets. All right, Alistair, I'm gonna need you to not die on me here. Yeah, so I'm kind of reaching a bit of an impasse there, and I wanted to just play it solo if I could. I was hoping I could solo the game, but I can't. So I need to try to figure out an alternative. So I'm probably kind of done with the Dark Alliance streams for now. So Mass Effect is a game series that was one of the ones that I was thinking of. However, I did actually download Pathfinder Kingmaker because it was on like sale for, it was like 80% off or something like that. It's normally like a $50-$60 game, $50-$60 Canadian at least, because those are the prices that I have to deal with, because I live in Canada. But it was on sale for like $16 plus tax. So 16 something. It came to around 19 bucks total. So I've got the definitive collection of that now. So I think what I'm going to do is I might actually do that in place of the Dark Alliance stream. At least for a little bit. We'll see how it goes. I know that there's a lot to that one as well. So I don't think I can interact with any of these yet. So I don't know. Oh, I can go in here. Great.
Yes.
So I don't know if I'm going to do a complete playthrough all the way through from start to finish, or if it's one of those things that I might, do a little bit of and sort of come back to. There's also Star Wars Knights of the Republic. I don't have it downloaded yet. I don't own it yet. But I do want to get that. Yeah, Kingmaker. I played a little bit of Kingmaker. It was pretty fun. From what I've done so far. And yeah, that was a really good price. So there's Dark Alliance. Well, not Dark Alliance. There's Knights of the Republic. And there actually is the original Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance, which I also want to get. Right now it's around $40. Which is a little bit more than I kind of want to pay for it. It's a great game, and I'm sure it'll be worth every penny. But I'm kind of waiting for that one to go on sale. So I think I'm going to go with Kingmaker, and just try it out, do a few streams of that. But I also do want to start streaming Mass Effect. So I'm thinking of actually adding a third night, and just doing 3 streams a week. It might be a lot. We'll see. But I at least want to try them out. Alright, let's go back to the Market District. One of the things that I also came across in that last section, there was a dead body there with a note that leads me to a new location on the map, as you see there. I'm not going to go there yet. I'll probably do that a little bit later. Because that one gets kind of involved, and there's a lot of mages. And I don't necessarily want to deal with a lot of mages right now.
Those stung
but
with
I can turn in a quest here.
Those suffering from ailments both great and small. His heart was strong.
Just realized I got the Dark Alliance for the GameCube. Yeah, actually the GameCube is the GameCube version is the same one that I have. And I love it. I wish that Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2 had come out on the GameCube. But I don't think it ever did. It came out on like the PlayStation 2. and the original Xbox, which I had.
Take this. You've earned it.
Which I had the original Xbox version of Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, but on the 360, the emulation wasn't great. So it kind of chugged along quite a bit, and I just when I had like the 360 and the GameCube, I don't think I'd gotten the Wii just yet, but I decided I had a friend of mine who really liked the original Xbox, and he was borrowing it from me along with like most of the games that I had, and I just said, you know what, I'm not going to use them. They're just going to sit and do nothing. So I gave him my Xbox with Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2, with the Knights of the Old Republic games, with Elder Scrolls Morrowind, Bard's Tale, and the original Halo Combat Evolved. I think there's a few other games as well, but he enjoyed it. He got use out of them, so I'm glad. But in retrospect, I do kind of miss not having Dark Alliance 2.
Hello there, Warden.
So I really hope that they sort of give it like the slight remaster treatment and re-release it for the modern consoles.
Bastards. I've also heard you have certain skills. Skills of the street, you might say. No judgments here, mate. I want to help you.
Sure. I was always more impressed with the GameCube graphics over PS2. Yeah, the PS2 was kind of the weakest of that generation. The GameCube, for the smaller discs and, everyone, always making fun of Nintendo for, being like kind of behind the curve when it comes to technology. The GameCube graphics look great. I remember playing Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem, and man, some of the graphics in that looked really great, especially considering that was originally an N64 game. But yeah, GameCube had some really nice graphics. Star Fox Adventures also looked really good on that one, and of course you have Wind Waker and Twilight Princess for the Zelda series. A really underrated console in my opinion.
The name is Slim Cauldry, and if you've heard of me, I've been doing a sad job of it, haven't I? I hear a great many things, and for those who view certain pesky laws as mere nuisances, there's some ripe fruit to be plucked out there. I can point the way. All I ask is for a little slice for myself.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Well, one of my mates noticed your skills. Nice piece of work, that. Uncommon caliber, if you don't mind me saying. But I need to know what else you can do. Ever done bump and grabs? Do much blending in shadows? Different opportunities for different folk,
I can do a little bit of both.
Oh, you're multi-talented, are you? Don't get much of that in these parts. Since the guard will hang or skewer you if you get caught, it makes advancement dicey. Now that we have that settled, just ask away. One point. I don't like blood much. Call me old-fashioned, but the Maker says thou shalt not strangle, decapitate or whatnot unless the other fellow really had it coming, eh? I realise sometimes you do what you have to, but restrained, right? So,
Sure.
What are you interested in?
Let's go with the mark for me.
I've got one. Should be easy pickings. 50 silver.
You got
the
it.
lady's maid is in the marketplace. She's wearing bright green. Should be easy to spot. She's got a purse with some of her mistress's ill-gotten gems. Just relieve her of her purse, and then we both come out ahead. Good luck, Warden.
All right, so I'm going to switch my party to hold position, which freezes me in place momentarily. So I think one of the big mistakes that I do whenever I try this is that I never use the stealth. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to stealth, and hopefully not get caught this time. So here's the mark, the lady's maid wearing the green dress. So I got the stuff off her, and a nice book as well, just to give me a few extra experience points. We'll unlock that. And then we're going to put our party back on Move Freely, which will bring them over to me. And then I'm actually going to head into the Nod Noble Tavern. And as you can see, there is the creature gnawing on the noble up above the door. I love that sign. I actually completely never really looked at the sign before, So it was like my second playthrough. I actually noticed it. It's like, oh, that really lets you know what it is. And to be fair, a lot of like the older, medieval, taverns or stuff like that. Like reading wasn't super common, so you would actually. So they would actually have like signs that were just like images, so you would know what they are. And the Nod Noble Tavern certainly does that. Nice. Okay, so that's a chest that I usually cannot pick when I come to Denerim right away, and it always annoys me.
How many other forms can the Swamp Witch
I am done.
Several.
Can it become a golem?
Seeking companionship, are you?
Finish.
If it could become a golem, I simply wonder why it would not stay that way. It is a superior form.
No, I cannot become a golem.
I
can
love Shale.
learn to become animals, and each form must be learned anew.
And how does it learn a form? Does it read about it somewhere?
Tis not a talent one can read from books. You must copy a creature's soul.
I do not understand.
Nor should you. Rock is unchanging. Allow it to stay that way.
So I do enjoy some of the banter back and forth between some of the characters. Alright, so this fellow here also gives us some quests. So he gives us some stuff from people of less than reputable upbringing,
What
we'll
can
say.
I get you, stranger?
So, need any help with something not strictly legal? So, Correspondus Interruptus. So this is the one where I need to get a dozen of, like, the love letters, I think they are. And I've never found all 12 of them. So, I'll see if I can get them here. Yeah, I'll see if I can get them. It would be nice to be able to do that. And I kind of wish now that I had saved those toxin extracts. I completely forgot about that, but I'll get more. Alright, so here's the Crimson Oars Mercenaries.
What are you looking at? We're the Crimson Oars.
Yeah, you're not wanted here.
Oh, you're threatening us. We're veterans of many battles.
That's right, I'm threatening you. So I can scare them off, but you know what? I was told a few dead mercenaries will, not be a problem, so let's just do it.
Then it's time for a bit of exercise. More enemies ahead.
Alright, so now I should be able to see. So yeah, you can see that the character attacks way faster. And I love those decapitations. Yeah, so the momentum is just, it's great. Alright, and got some more quests for the Blackstone Irregulars. I wish I'd come here first because some of them were in those back alleys, but that's fine. So, let's go get paid.
Edwina sends her thanks for getting rid of the Crimson Oars. She got her sport and she's as pleased as a swine in mud. Here's payment. You've helped out a great deal.
Alright, awesome. Thank you. And now let's go back to Slim. So one of the things that I wanted to do in the tavern, you saw I pickpocketed one of the guards and opened a locked door and opened a locked chest. So that's one of the break and enter quests that we can get, but that's one of the few ones that you can actually do ahead of time. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that quest now.
That's how I'd like to imagine it happened. You want something else?
Yeah. Any good places to break in?
I've got a place for you. It should be easy money for you. It'll cost 1 sovereign, though.
Sure.
Lady Sophie is an intimate of Al Howe. Real intimate. She's visiting the country, because that's what rich folk do when the whole bloody kingdom's in danger. Sorry, they just get me so angry.
You got some problems, dude.
Her room in the Nord Noble Tavern is unattended. That means her valuables are just there for the taking. You got the tavern staff. What? What is it?
So that's a little bit of unique dialogue. If you don't complete the quest ahead of time, then he'll just, go through and give you all the information. But you can also just say, I already broke into the room, or great tip, and I need you for... I'm gonna be nice, though.
Maker's blood. Well, right. Here's your money back. Give me another chance. I know of another opportunity.
Okay.
Good to see you, Warden. Fighting the good fight, eh?
Yes, I am. Let's try another break-in quest.
I have a big opportunity for you. 4 sovereigns.
Better be worth it.
Uses a warehouse in the market district from time to time. Word is the Owl's been dipping into the city's treasury and discreetly moving silver bars to his estate in Highever. There's a fortune in that warehouse right now.
Yeah, Terran of Highever, is he?
Hal gets a big black eye. But guards will be everywhere. Not those half-assed dock guardsmen either. Generally, I'm opposed to killing, but these are the Owl's hand-picked hatchet men, and stealth's not really an option. So, good luck. I'm rooting for you.
You got it. All right, let's. So one of the favors for certain interested parties involves me picking up some dead bodies and disposing of them. Which we'll do as we sort of move along here.
Yes. I feared this day would come.
So that was the Blackstone Irregulars quest line. Also, I need to start selling some of this stuff off. Actually, can I get a pickpocket? I think getting a pickpocket quest at the same time.
About the break-in at the Nord Noble Tavern, and for some odd reason, no one feels too sorry for that milk cow, Lady Sophie. You interested in more?
Yeah, I am.
I got one. Better than the last. 1 sovereign. I thought you might like this one. Sir Nancine has a fancy and expensive sword. Paid for courtesy of her oppressive taxes on her lands. She's going to be at the Wonders of Thedas soon, no doubt figuring new ways to kick her peasants where it hurts. This swipe will be tougher. She's got good eyes, and stealing a sword from a scabbard isn't easy. If you can blend in shadows, that might help. Good hunting to you, Warden.
Okay, yeah, so I wanted that one at the same time because the Wonders of Thedas shop and the warehouse are both in the same area.
Think again.
Direct from Oars.
But before I do that, I'm going to talk
back.
to you because I have some stuff I need to sell. We don't need that. Don't need that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or that, or those, or that, or that. Don't need that. So yeah, one of the things I really want to do is get that Wardens Keep DLC. Because that will give me access to a storage box, which will free up my inventory quite a bit. We're just going to sell all of that off. Okay, so yeah, we got some of these gems from the first place that we robbed. So we'll sell the diamond. We'll sell the sapphire, the topaz, and both the silk carpets. Pouch of gems. Gonna hold on to that Drake scale. Okay, cool.
Dwarven crafts. Fine dwarven crafts. Direct from Oars.
Alright, so first we're gonna go to the Wonders of Thedas because there's also stuff there that I can... other stuff I can do here. Including something for the Mages Collective.
Yes, make it quick. Strange. Let's see this. I knew it. I gave that man the best 7 weeks of my life. Well, I guess he won't have me to push around anymore.
So at one of the Mages Collective thing, I just go around and give people letters saying that they're fired. How much gold do I have? Awesome. Holy crap, I only had like 7 before.
Welcome to the Wonders of Thedas. We carry items crafted by...
You mean found it? Yes, that I
as well
found.
as a
I found all
of
those
antique-
gems and stuff that I sold.
there
I certainly
anything you would
didn't
like to
acquire
see?
them through illicit means. This guy is also a tranquil, so you kind of notice like in the voice. But what I'm interested in... Oh, it's Tome of Arcane Technique. Okay. I want to find the books that are like for skill and sundry, or the ones that I can use for my character. I usually, like, my favorite class to play in this game is the mage, because they can use all of those books, but that's just arcane, so I'm not going to worry about that, I guess. But we'll see if they have any... Yeah, I'll take the gift that I can give away, and once again we're going to go into hold position. Once again we are going to enter stealth mode. And we'll just interact with these things that are just pure experience points, as well as, you know, codexes and journal entries that the developers worked really hard on, that I totally read in their entirety every single time. And we got the sword from her. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to talk to you. Because you might have some mage's robes that I can buy for Wynn. Robe of the Witch, eh? Let's go with that one. That way Wynn's not going to be naked anymore. And we can go straight from the Wonders of Thedas into the warehouse. So I can fight these guys right away. Now, the annoying thing is that several of these guards are archers, and the archers have the, I forget the exact name of it. I think it might be suppressing fire. It's one that basically it attacks everybody, and it has a chance to stun, and it's one of those other, like, super annoying things. Not what I meant to do, but we'll go with it. These guys don't typically have a lot of stuff on them, but we'll take what they have. These are not the chests that I need to worry about. But there's also one of the dead bodies to pick up.
I won't. Thanks. I ain't sticking around to see how this turns out. What now?
Alright, so we get these silver...
I await
Nope.
your command.
Thank you, but I was looking to do that instead.
What now?
Okay. We got all of those. So I guess at some point I will need to figure out if I want to pursue any of the romances or not. I don't know, it feels weird to do it with people watching. But I think that's actually going to be like one of the polls that I do on YouTube or on Twitter. Another poll that I have to start doing is what to do with the elves. Because that's going to be basically what I do in the next...
the finest crafts, straight from every...
because that's what I plan on doing in the next stream. Is going to the elves. So the order that I like to go in is Circle of Mages, elves, and then Orzammar. Alright, so we get 6 silver bars, which are worth 1.5 gold each. So that's pretty awesome. So that's going to give us 9 gold there. And we only paid, what, 5 gold out total? And we ended up getting, what was that, 9? So we ended up getting 11.5 gold back. So yeah, pretty good return on that investment, I must say.
Another visitor in my store. Enjoy browsing my wares.
Alright, what do you got?
My cousin and I have trade connections all along the seaways.
So this is another character that you can interact with later on.
Caesar handles the trade stock. I handle other affairs. Business
Other
deals,
affairs, eh?
Meetings. Caesar makes it so I am free of the day-to-day concerns of our store. No, I am not. I am a trader at heart. My home is the road. But I was born past the waking sea in Antiva. It has
Antiva,
been
you
many,
say?
many years since I have seen her. But the road is a better mistress than my home city ever was.
Do you need any help?
No. Not yet. Perhaps one day.
Okie dokes.
Luck be to you, Warden.
Alright, we'll talk to Slim
You're
again.
back, eh? Once Sir Nancine realizes she's robbed, I bet she'll be furious. That's delicious. Truly well done. You have time for another?
Yeah, sure.
I'm glad you asked. It'll cost you 3 sovereigns. We're not stealing from a lass this time. We're stealing from Ban Derby. Master Tilver, the band silversmith, has been on holiday for the past couple of weeks, but he's in town for the day. All of his valuable, expensive goods are locked up tight, but he has the key. He's got 2 guards with him, not the cheap kind either. If you can get by them, you should be good. Luck to you, Warden.
Alright, so there's a couple of different ways that I can deal with this guy. We're going to try the stealth mode first. Hope that may have worked. Okay, cool.
Master Tilver is busy. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, didn't mean to bother him. So the other thing that you can do if your stealth is not great is you can, whoops, let's move freely, or yeah, move freely. So you can also like talk to him and do that whole like, hey, I remember you from so-and-so's party, and you can like go to give him a hug, and then you can try to pick the key off him there.
I am done. It is over.
Alright, I think that was all... I think that was the 2 chests there, so we got that one done. Alright, why don't we go ahead and just head over for the world map, because I think... Oh, there's a 3rd body somewhere, too. I gotta figure out where that is. That might be at the Nod Noble. Let's just pop back to the Nod Noble for a second. Oh, yeah, actually, you know what? I think it's at the Pearl. So, perfect. I'm just going to go over to where it says to access the Denerim map.
Message for you, my lord.
There we go. That's what I wanted to,
More things to deliver. Goodbye.
That's what I wanted to trigger. So, the Antivan guy that I talked to, that opened up a quest chain with him. But let's head to the Pearl. And now we'll see if the guards had caught us doing all those pickpocketing. And it doesn't look like it. Cool, 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 cool.
Make a chantry, Templars, whoever. Save me. I could have handled it.
Yeah, I'm sure you could have. That's totally why I'm here. Alright, so yeah, we got the love letter. Oh, hey. Oh, no, okay. So I think in the last stream I had talked about a thing where there just reached a point where like someone will spawn a treasure drop, but you can't pick it up. It could be because I didn't notice it at the time and left the area and came back, but that little sparkle effect is normally what happens when you can pick up something that they've dropped and it won't let me. So that's just always going to be there. Fun, fun.
What now?
Alright, just going around getting a little more experience. So now we can return to the marketplace, right? Because there's nobody else here to interact with. We'll head back to the market district, and again, we'll see if we get caught for any of the stuff that we've done. So the last few times that I played this, I totally have. So I guess that just means that I don't think I was using stealth. I think I was just going around pickpocketing. So it's kind of my own fault for being reckless. But here we see a spot that's as good as any to dump the corpses. So let's just dump the body bags. Which apparently I've just been carrying along with me the whole time, and nobody's really said anything. So that's kind of weird.
You're back, eh? So you've struck again, eh? Ban Derby will be foaming at the mouth. I bet all of those rich louts will be afraid to go out. I'm not sure if I have anything else handy.
Well, you have a place to break into?
Following up a lead in the palace district. Okay. I know you can't get in now, but you never know. If it all works out, it'll make you a legend.
Okay, yeah, so I think I've done all the stuff that I can here. Whoops.
You are. Good to see you, Warden. I'm lining something up.
Okay. Yeah, so there will be points in the story later on where he will have more quests from. But right now, that's about it.
What is it? I have work to do. What does it say? Ah, I knew this would happen. Just when I was starting to get good. Well, thanks, I guess.
So, another mage that I had to give his walking papers to. Oh, we'll sell some more stuff to this fine dwarven gentleman.
There's something every...
Don't need that, or those, or those. Definitely don't need those. Alright. So we got 2 more diamonds, so we're going to sell those. The emeralds, I'm going to sell the sapphires too, but I'm going to hold on to the rest. I think those 10 garnets might actually be the amount that I need.
Dwarven crafts.
So we might have a couple of quests we can turn in here. In the water supply, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to think about that too much, that people are going to be drinking, they're going to be drinking dead people.
What can I get you, stranger? What can I get you, stranger?
Alright. So... yes, okay. So I don't actually want to... Hold on. I'm going to bring Zevran into the party, and then we're going to go... we're going to go see what that message was.
Perhaps we should take...
Whoops. Denerim, Ferelden. Let's do the Civil War first. So we'll travel there. This should trigger the Trickster whim. Fight, but then again, maybe not. Maybe it is random when it takes place. Usually it's like right after you
off Ben Talman's land.
leave the circle, but whatever.
Loghain is the regent. He demands your...
We're not Orlesian lickspittles. We owe no man our allegiance. Leave!
Take their land.
Oh, you know what? I know why I'm not triggering the Trickster whim. It's one of the Chantry quests that I get. That actually might be in Redcliffe. So we'll travel to Redcliffe after this and just see if that's available. The reason it's either a Chantry board or a Mages Collective. And if it's the Mages Collective, that could actually be at Lake Callanhead as well. So we'll go to both of those places. Like I said, this is kind of just you know, get the Golem, do a couple of the fetch quests, not fetch quests, but do some of the minor questing. And on next week's stream, we will, since we're already there, let's just go to this one first. Oh, there's something. An abomination. Man, the backstab combined with the momentum, so brutal.
I await your command.
Nope, I didn't mean to talk to you again, I'm sorry. Okay, so that was another one of the Chantry board things, I think, as well, or the Mages Collective. One or the other. Mages Collective, because he has the exclamation point above his head now.
Isn't that the point? We could all be figments of someone else's imagination. Just players in a play. Exactly. You, I, everything. All a dream. But whose dream? And for whose amusement? Some being of cosmic power. Sublime, enlightened beings. Cosmic power? What, you're serious? They thought of all this grit, all the war. They bloody thought of boils. I got a boil the size of your nose on my big toe, and some beings are enjoying this. Disturbed, sick bastards, if you ask me. Ahem. I still maintain they're more enlightened than that. If I ever come across one of them, I'll give them a what for.
I forgot about those guys. So yeah, there's just people sort of in the background having these weird conversations. I want to say that they're breaking the fourth wall and talking about the players.
The Mages Collective thanks you. Make us smile upon you.
But I could be wrong. Okay, no quests there. I need to talk to Sten a little bit more too. So I think there's going to be one of these streams that I'm going to dedicate largely to personal party member quests. Geez, another encounter. The main ones that I want to get are Liliana's. Oh, this guy again. I don't think you ever restocked, do you?
Fine weapon and arms, dwarven made.
Right, because you had, yeah. But you know what? Let's take these health poultices. And the lyrium ones. That's it for now, I think. So I want to get Liliana's, I want to get Sten's. Alistair's I'm going to do today, because that's just talking to Goldana. Winds, I might want to try to trigger before we actually start the Elven quest line, because it does have me going into the Brazilian forest, but I'm not entirely sure. That I might just leave for later on. Morrigan's we can also do pretty soon. She just has to give me the quest, which I think she's going to the second I return to camp, which is what I'm going to do to get Zevran and see if I can trigger that dialogue. And then, yeah, we're just going to wrap a few things up here. We're kind of getting, I think, near the end of the stream. It's 3 in the morning for me here in Nova Scotia.
And after much sweat, blood.
Okay, Chantress board. Okay, yeah, so this is the one. This is the one where it actually deals with the thing that we summoned in the Circle Tower.
Your efforts are greatly appreciated.
Cool. Oh, and Alistair gained another level. So how close am I to... Wow, Morrigan's kind of back there, isn't she? Yeah, alright. I'm getting kind of close to level 13. It's not bad. Right, so I think we have all the strength that we need, so let's just start pumping his con up. And we're actually going to go with some survival. Because why not? So I can do shield expertise, which is passive. So whenever you're using shield in combat, bonus for shield defense, and making the character immune to direct knockdown attacks while using shield wall. I don't know if he actually uses shield wall too much, but shield mastery, that's a pretty decent one. And the Templar ability that we just got is mental fortress, so the Templar learn to focus on duty, gaining large bonuses to mental resistance. We'll go with shield mastery. Alright, so I think I can just access the world map from here. And let's head to the party camp. See if Morrigan wants to talk to us.
Studying Mother's Grimoire. Do you wish to hear what I have found?
Yeah, absolutely.
'Tis not what I expected. I had hoped for a collection of her spells, a map of the power that she commands. but this is not it.
An hour ahead of Rhode Island. Yeah, so the maritime provinces in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, we're in the Atlantic time zone, and nowhere in the United States uses the Atlantic time zone. You have the Eastern time zone is like your eastmost one that you have, so we're actually an hour ahead of that.
Disturbed? Yes, perhaps that is the right word. One thing in particular within her writings disturbs me. Here, in great detail, Flemeth explains the means by which she has survived for centuries.
So nowhere in the States has the Atlantic time zone. Also, Newfoundland, they have their own time zone, which is 30 minutes ahead of us. Although that's not one of the internationally recognized official time zones. I don't know. It's Newfoundland, I guess. I'm not going to say any more than that.
Oh, if only 'twere so. Flemeth has raised many daughters over her long lifetime. There are stories of these many witches of the wilds throughout chastened legend, yet I have never seen a one, and always wondered why not. And now I know. They are all Flemeth. When her body becomes old and wizened, she raises a daughter, and when the time is right, she takes her daughter's body for her own.
Yeah, it's a little weird and kind of creepy or unsettling.
There is only one possible response to this. Flemeth needs to die. I will not sit about like an empty sack waiting to be filled. Flemeth must be slain, and I need your help to do it.
You know what? We'll do that this stream as well.
It may seem so. If you think of Flemeth as a mother, think of her instead as an ancient abomination that intends to use her own flesh and blood to extend her life beyond all natural limits. She did not wish anyone to get a hold of this information, least of all me. Now I have. If I do not act on what I know, then more the fool am I.
All right. Sure, I'll help.
Then what needs to be done is for you to go back to Flemeth's hut in the Kakari Wilds without me. If I am present when she is slain, I cannot be certain that she will not be able to possess my body right then, so I must remain at the camp. Confront her and slay her quickly. I doubt she will truly be dead even then, but it will take her years to find a new host and recover her power, if that is even possible. The thing I must have is her true grimoire. With it, I can defend against her power in the future. Everything else in her hut is yours.
We'll see what I can do.
I am grateful. The sooner this can be done, the sooner it will set my mind at ease.
So that might make for an interesting poll, to see what people want me to do. You can kill Flemeth, or you can trick Morrigan. I kind of usually lean towards tricking Morrigan, but I don't know. Maybe I'll put that up as a poll and see what people want.
Speak then.
What was that about
What
children?
were they doing? Did not look like it served any purpose. That word means nothing to me.
What do Canary children do?
Study. Why? Your priests clearly should have spent more time training you.
If you thought she was going to say she's a lich. Yeah, Flemeth is an interesting character. She has a story arc over each of the Dragon Age games. And I think you can... but I don't think I ever actually finished the Flemeth storyline in Inquisition. There's a way to get there, but I've never actually done it. So yeah, Flemeth is very, very interesting.
Parents, are you speaking nonsense on purpose? If you insist on speaking, use real words. Tamasrans. But the Emekari are not theirs. They belong to the Kunari, not the priesthood.
So parents don't own children, they're the ones who birth them.
You let your Emekari be raised by them? That explains much. Can we move on? Very well.
Okay, that's enough for now.
I suggest we move on. I am hardly surprised. Very well.
Okay.
Speak, then. It obviously didn't work for you. As am I. You are a Grey Warden, yet you know little of your own order. You do not know yourself or what you are for.
Just join,
It was
Stan.
cruel of your
Jesus.
people to leave you this way. The Tamasrans see that all Kunari know themselves. Why do you hesitate? It is your task to fight the Archdemon, isn't it? If you
Yeah.
fail, preparation beforehand will have been pointless, and if you succeed, it will be by sheer chance anyway. At least we would be going in the right direction. I weary of this. Can we move on?
That may not have gone the way that I wanted it to.
As you wish.
No, Jesus, you proved plus 18?
You are
Alright.
not quite as callow as I thought. That is unexpected.
See, that's the weird thing about, like, I don't want to say weird, that's the thing about Stan, right? Like, you think that you screwed up and kind of blew it with him, but I don't know, like, he just gets that was a huge increase in his approval.
You're welcome. I caged myself. A weak
Here we
mind
go.
is a deadly
Okay,
foe,
I
as
think
you
we
are
just
no
triggered
doubt aware.
Sten's quest.
I told you before that I was sent here. I was not sent alone. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the darkspawn. I saw the last of the creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
Sounds like what happened to me
I
at
heard
Oscar.
the stories of Ostagar. Your kith stood their ground when others fled. No one can do more.
Yeah,
than
Logain's
that.
men.
I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand. I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it. They said they found me with nothing. I killed them with my bare hands. I
Well,
did.
You're a straight shooter.
I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people. Even if I could cross Ferelden and Tevinter unarmed and alone to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the Antam. They would know
So
me
the
as
Canary
Solus,
sounds like they're
a
lovely
deserter.
people.
No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew breath. If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
So where'd you fight the
Near Lake
Darkspawn?
Calenhad. Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Wow. So Sten's approval just went way up. Severin,
Here I am.
let's talk to you just a little bit.
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead. Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin after all is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
Can't really argue the logic.
To be truthful, I didn't even know the crows existed when I joined them. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
Wow. That doesn't sound
I don't
great.
know about that. The crows who are actually good enough to survive come to enjoy some of the benefits. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you.
So, by the way, that was also a not-so-subtle hint that Zevran is romanceable regardless of your gender.
But confining. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go. Eventually can be a very, very long time, if one plays one's cards right. Come now, enough chit-chat.
Well, we're about to
Talking
see
the crows
what happens
summons them,
with
know.
that.
Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Alright, so we got some approval from him. I just want to see if I've got any gifts that might be appropriate for him. Again, I want to save the what do you call it? The alcohol for a different character, but silver chain.
Excellent taste.
There we go. Oh, right, and win. We can fix the fact that you don't have anything on. Well, sort of fix, I guess. I guess that's better than nothing. Oh, okay. Our Lehmans.
That's very nice.
The Tevinter Imperium.
Interesting.
We'll give that to Demore again. Okay, cool. Just trying to free up some inventory slots. Oh, I guess now paying 7 gold for that backpack's not really a huge deal, right?
Are you sure I can't interest? I'm.
That should be under this, right? There we go. Backpack. So there's only one backpack left to get. And I think that's outside of Orzammar. So we're going to gather our party. So I am going to need Zevran, even though it's kind of redundant to have two weapon rogues. Then we'll bring
Indeed.
Morrigan and Alistair. I'm going to leave Shale behind, though we're going to come back to Shale pretty quickly after we do this. Oh, this should be the fight with the Trickster Whim as well. There we go. So this is the guy that we summoned. Actually, oh, I can actually level my characters up. It didn't jump to the fight right away, so let's do that real quick. Okay, interesting. We'll do survival too. Why not? And then Morrigan. So I've never really used the shapeshift abilities that she has. Let's start with the let's start with some fire spells. All right, there we go. So this is the consequence of us just blindly summoning things. So he splits off into several different aspects. One's a warrior, one's a rogue, like one's a mage. basically like the 3 different classes that you can play. I guess 4 different things. Because there were 4 different of his bodies there, but yeah, so again, just one of the consequences. So one of the things I didn't actually realize is that when you summon him, you can actually pickpocket him. In the few seconds that he appears in the Circle Tower, I had no idea, because I've always had the encounter afterwards. Like, you summon him, okay, he disappears, and then you encounter him on the road after finding out that he's been doing some bad things. But I didn't know that you could actually, like, in the few seconds, actually pickpocket him. Unfortunately, I learned that after summoning him in this playthrough. But the next time I play this game, I definitely want to try that. Also, I don't think there's anything else I can turn in currently. Nope.
You know it. There's a long tradition of royal bastards.
You don't say.
Oh, yes. They've led wars to claim the throne. Some of them have become kings. In fact, I'd say the current royal line in Antiva stems from bastard blood several times over.
Well, aren't you just chock full of useless trivia today?
Sadly, whenever a royal bastard rears their head in public and declares themselves, it often goes poorly for them.
Let me guess. They get assassinated.
Only the very popular ones.
And the unpopular ones?
Well, they get by somehow, I'm sure. There was one fellow who did quite well working as a prostitute based on his uncanny resemblance to the king. Charged a fortune.
Couldn't afford him, I take it.
That cynicism will serve you well, my friend. Hold on to it.
Oh, the banter. So normally I never really have Zevran in the party, ever, when I play. So I don't know if I've ever actually had him in the party when I talk to this guy who's also from Antiva. So let's see if it creates some interesting dialogue.
You hear about a note? Maybe we have some things we can talk about.
Just see the conversation stays civil. If this is a trap,
Zevran, is it?
Yeah,
Your
I guess it
Talisan's responsibility. Other crows may try to kill you, but in my eyes, you're already dead. So, you are of no notice. But the Warden here, he is of great interest to me.
Okay.
Ferelden is a busy place. Blight, civil war, other mayhem. Lots of people not getting along. Sometimes they really don't get along. Maybe want to do something about it. The people that handle that sort of thing can get real busy.
That's true. Go on.
It takes time to do a good job. Pride in your work and all. But customers have expectations. Not many people to turn to if you're short-staffed in some lines of work. So, someone that's crossed our path and lived, well, maybe they could help out. Make some coin. Everyone wins.
I do like win-win situations.
I hand you a scroll. You read it. You learn about someone interesting. If you find out something happens to him, something unfortunate, then if we talk again, I give you money for letting me know. You don't like what's on the scroll, don't do anything. Maybe he has an accident and someone else tells me all about it.
Yeah, while the innuendo, we both know what's going on here.
You can never be too careful. Can you blame someone for being circumspect?
Nope, give me the scroll.
There you go. Makes for fine reading.
you're a cautious little weasel, Ignacio. What's your angle? If you're playing us false...
My dance is not for you. I need to be real honest sometimes. And I can say I haven't asked anyone to do anything. I've just given someone something interesting to read.
Plausible deniability.
Hide when they nail it to a wall.
You are already dead in my eyes, whoreson. Take care that I don't learn otherwise. If that's all, Luck be to you.
Alright, yeah, I kind of liked the dialogue there. So, current quests, Trial of the Crows. Scroll of information has someone you've already killed. Oh, right.
Enjoy the reading?
You really shouldn't ask me to kill dead
What?
men.
You already... I should have anticipated that. Well done. You might want to look in the chest behind me. There might be something of interest.
Okie dokes. Yeah, so that first one was for the guy, the assassin with the trying to lure in the Grey Wardens. Alright, we got 2 more. Mercenary hunt. One of the scrolls indicates you should go to the forest south of Denerim to look for a group of Canary. Okay, so let's do that one now. I do want to switch out the party again, though. Because I got everything I needed out of Zevran there. Which was cool, actually. I really liked that extra dialogue. Like I said, I just never have taken him with me, so we're just gonna immediately turn back around.
Yes.
So Shale, Alistair, and Morrigan, because I do need to get Morrigan some more experience. And now we are going to the Cut-on Fey hideout. So these are some of the Kunari. Kunari mercenaries.
We must not exhaust our supplies.
I guess, so in later games you encounter the Telbashah. Telbashah? I think I got that right, anyway. Which are like the Canary that have abandoned their beliefs, I guess, and taken up as mercenaries and get decapitated. But since these ones are called Cut-on Fey, I wonder if there's a difference.
I cannot be defeated.
I guess I actually should have saved that, because I don't want to necessarily end the stream on the Alistair talking to his sister thing, because that can end as a bit of a downer. So I might see if there's one other little small thing I can do. But for now, we go back to Denerim.
Magic exists to serve man.
Okay, cool. And I can turn something in here.
And after much...
Oh, did I not get any money for that? Ah, that sucks. I mean, I'm glad that I did something good for people, but... I don't know, the board's supposed to pay.
Dwarven craft. Find dwarven craft.
Alright, so there should be something else interesting in that,
Find everything you need. Deal. But if anything interesting happens, feel free to come back and
Alright, so where was the other one? An audience with the ambassador. You have a contract to kill Ambassador Gainley. Who? Okay, Oars, yeah, so we're not getting there. We're not getting there for a while. Alright, so I think what I'm gonna do, actually... I know I said that I was probably gonna pick a stream to dedicate to people's personal quests. But I guess now's as good a time as any to start that, just so I can end on sort of a not such a down note, because this one usually doesn't go well.
Hello? Hey, you have linens to wash? I charge 3 bits on a bundle, you won't find better. And don't trust what that Natalia woman tells you either. She's foreign and she'll rob you blind.
I'm not here to have any wash done. My name's Alistair. Well, this may sound sort of strange, but are you Goldana? If so, I suppose I'm your brother.
My
Oh,
what?
there we go.
I am Goldana, yes. How do you know my name? What kind of tomfoolery are you folk up to?
Yes, I think so. I'm sure of it, in fact. Look, our mother, she worked as a servant in Redcliffe Castle a long time ago before she died. Do you know about that?
You! I knew it! They told me you was dead. They told me the babe was dead along with mother, but I knew they was lying.
They told you I was dead? Who? Who told you that?
Them's at the castle. I told them the babe was the king's, and they said he was dead. Gave me a coin to shut my mouth, and sent me on my way. I knew it.
I'm sorry, I didn't know that. The babe didn't die. I'm him. I'm your brother.
For all the good it does me. You killed mother, you did, and I've had to scrape by all this time. That coin didn't last long, and when I went back, they ran me off.
So she's not the most pleasant of people.
And who in the Maker's name are you? Some dwarf carrying all his riches, I expect?
Hey, don't speak to him that way. He's my friend. And a Grey Warden, just like me.
Oh, I see. A prince and a Grey Warden, too. Well, who am I to think poorly of someone so high and mighty compared to me? I don't know you, boy. Your royal father forced himself on my mother and took her away from me. And what do I got to show for it? Nothing. They tricked me good. I should have told everyone. I got 5 mouths to feed. And unless you can help with that, I got less than no use for you.
I'm sorry, I don't know what to say.
Okay, so the different options here. If you persuade Goldana, I don't think much comes out of it. She just stays kind of abrasive. You can start like the process of trying to like harden Alistair's personality by saying it looks like all she wants is your money. You can kind of scold her for saying you got some nerve talking to her like that. Let's try option number 3.
I suppose maybe I could give her some money for my nieces and nephews. 15 sovereigns, maybe? Would you let me give her that?
Oh my god, that's... I didn't even check to see how much I have. Yeah, she better be grateful.
Here, Goldana, take this money. I know it's not much, but...
You, a prince, marching in here with your fancy armor and such, and this is all you got to offer? You must think I'm very stupid.
No, wait, I don't think that at all. I want to help, if I can.
You want to help? You go to whatever high and mighty folks you run with, and you tell them you've got nephews and nieces that aren't living as they've a right to. You do that.
Yeah, alright, let's get out of here.
You're right. I don't know why I came.
I don't know why you came either, or what you expected to find. But it isn't here. Now get out of my house, the both of you.
Alright, let's just get out of here. Yeah, that usually doesn't end well. Maybe the persuade can sort of settle her down. I really hope I didn't lose the 15 gold, because...
Well, that was not what I expected, to put it lightly. I'm sorry I gave her any money at all.
Damn it.
This is the family I've been wondering about all my life? That gold-digging harridan? I can't believe it. I guess I was expecting her to accept me without question. Isn't that what family is supposed to do? I feel like a complete idiot.
Okay, so this is again where you can sort of like turn his personality. So if you say everyone's out for themselves and you should learn that, I've never actually done that, so I don't know what it does. It might change this dialogue with other characters. It might change his outlook on certain things, or what may or may not give him approval or disapproval. But I'm just gonna say you don't need her. You have others who care for you, because we are bros to the close.
The only person who ever cared about me was Duncan, and he's gone. Thank you. I'm glad you came with me. Let's just go. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yep, so I lost 15 gold. How much does that leave me with? Oh, okay, that's not bad, I guess. Alright, so we're going to return to the camp one last time. We're going to swap out Shale for Sten, and we're just going to do something to end on a slightly higher note than that, because that was a real downer. So back to party camp. Immediately turn around. And then we're going to go with Alistair, Morrigan, Sten. And we're going to head back to Lake Calenhad Docks. So we'll complete this quest chain for Sten, or at least start it. We'll see how this goes. We're going to talk to this scavenger.
Back off! I was here first.
You haven't seen a sword lying around, have
you? Looking to buy
have
one?
you? I'm not looking to buy one, but my very large, very angry friend here is.
Oh, is he? Well, that's... see, I'd like to sell you one, but I don't, have any myself. I got part of a glove the wolves didn't chew too badly, though. I think it was a glove, anyway. I know, don't say it. I got cheated. I knew the guy who was here before me. He sold me this spot. Said he found giants and all kind of crazy valuables. He didn't mention that he'd taken everything but the bones and the dirt already. His name's Ferelden.
Well, you should have
Squirrely
kind of
little
expected
bastard,
that.
if you ask me. Which you didn't, but I said it anyway.
Alright,
He was
so
going to
where is
Oars, he
he?
said. I imagine he's gotten there by now. If you find him, tell him I sent you. It'll scare the piss out of him. Ah.
Alright, so I was thinking of putting off the Orzammar thing for a little while now. But let's just go ahead and do it. The reason I'd like to put it off going to the Frostback Mountains is there's going to be a group of assassins waiting for me. And that fight can be kind of rough. Okay, Dwyn. I told you we'll see him a lot. Alright, so that's saved automatically, so if things do go sideways, I can reload the save. I'm a little higher level than, like, the other times that I've come here. Not by a lot, but enough that hopefully it'll... and I'm gonna go straight for that mage. Okay, so that might be the worst of it there, actually. I know for a fact she does the misdirection hex. So this has actually gone pretty well. Alright, excellent. Yeah, normally, like I said, I think what happens is... Oh, Alistair almost bought the farm there. I was definitely paying attention to his health. But, yeah, I think so. Usually what ends up happening is I just attack the ones in front of me, and I keep forgetting about this mage. So every time she casts spells on me, the archer will do those, like, the stunning arrows, and it just becomes a complete and total pain. There's also a couple guys that I can talk to here as well.
The fighting is finally started.
There's one. So this is for the Mages Collective. This is another one of the guys that got fired.
This ought to be interesting. Such diction. This man is a true scholar and rhetorician. I am honored to be fired by one such as he. Good day.
I can't help but feel that perhaps he was being a little sarcastic. There's also that third group of the Blackstone Mercenaries that just swiped goods and buggered off, so let's go talk to him now. We can turn that in as well.
Oh? What was this about? Oh, I see. Tauren must have sent you. I refuse to answer to a pawn of Tauren. Come, men, to arms!
So the Blackstone Irregulars have Yeah, so those are stunning arrows. So they have a bit of a power struggle going on, which I'm kind of caught in the middle of. And that's one of those quest things that you can never resolve it if you don't deliver the conscription notice to the guy in Lothering before it gets destroyed. Oh, there he is. Farron.
Step right, maker's breath. Oh, beg your pardon,
Yeah.
friend. You
recognize him?
startled me a bit. You've heard of me?
Where is my sword?
I don't know what you mean, sir.
Just kill him, Stan. We can search his
I don't
belongings.
have it. I swear by Andraste's knickers. I sold it on the way here.
That's awfully convenient.
It's true. Maker, please, you have to believe me. If I had it, I'd give it to you. I sold it to a dwarf in Redcliffe, name of Dwin.
I know Dwayne. He's kind
the
of a
one who has
jerk.
the sword, I promise you. Said he was a collector.
We'll see.
Alright. So now I can actually talk to him. I think he's the one with the backpack.
Oh, certainly.
Yeah, no hard feelings. Yeah, I don't need those. Or those. Or those. Oh, he doesn't have the... Okay. I thought he might have some of those skill books as well, but... oh, he doesn't have the backpack. I have no idea where that last backpack is now, all of a sudden. But let's just... We'll buy those. Oh, it might be in the Dalish camp. Can I access the world map from here? Ooh, I can. Alright, let's go to Redcliffe. So, in Redcliffe, I can complete Sten's quest. I can turn in the quest for the Mages Collective, for those delivering letters to people that got let go. And I can also turn in the Blackstone Irregulars quest for the people that got, or for the deserters. So we're going to do all of that, and that's where we're going to leave off. The very last thing I'm going to do is go back to camp after getting Sten's sword, because you can give it to him as a gift. And then I think he auto-equips it. And once we give Sten his sword back, that's how we'll end this stream. And then when we start the next one, we're probably going to make our way to the elves. And you have nothing else for me? Cool. So you got...
The Irregulars thank you.
You're welcome.
Maker's blessing.
Nope. Didn't want to talk to you, just looking to see if you've got more quests. So I think I have all the ones that I can really do until I trigger that, next wave. So that is Dwin's home right there, but we're going to come back to you. Because first, I'm going to come here.
The Mages Collective thanks you. Makers smile upon you.
Okay, and you got nothing else. Alright, so we're getting to the end of this week's stream, so... yeah, it's always a lot of fun to do these. I really appreciate, anyone stopping by or checking in, and it's always great to talk to people directly. Sword Talon 1, I really want to thank you for hanging out with me on this stream. And these videos will be going up on YouTube as well within the next 24 hours. So if you didn't get to catch the stream live, if you were interested in the series, it'll be available there as well.
Reminds me why I left Orzammar in the first place.
Yeah, what do you intend to do now?
Rebuild. Same thing I intended to do before. Except this time, there's more humans left alive to help.
There you go.
First thing I'm gonna do is get some sleep. For about a week. Go celebrate or whatever it is you're gonna do. You won, right? You're a hero. Or something.
Cool.
Go celebrate
Hey.
or whatever you have to do.
By any chance...
Now, why would you be interested in that?
It's mine.
You know, Farron didn't mention the giant he took it from was alive.
Name your price.
6 sovereigns.
You know what, Sten? You're worth 6
That wasn't
sovereigns.
so hard, was it? It's in my strongbox. Here's the key. Now, why don't you leave me alone?
Alright, so I think you can sort of intimidate him, into either just giving it to you. You can fight him as well. I want to say you can get it for free if you really push it, but anyway, like I said, I appreciate everything Sten does for me, so I am going to pay the full 6 gold, and then we'll go to the party camp. And we're going to give Sten his sword, and that, like I said, that's going to be the end of this particular stream. Again, thank you guys very much. I always appreciate it. If you check this out on YouTube, you know, let me know what you did with did you do Sten's quest? Did you get the sword? Did you fight to win? Do you do the rogue's quest? And you know, just give me your thoughts, I guess, on Dragon Age in general. It's always great to hear people's opinion. Sword Talon 1, enjoyed hanging out. Yeah, no, again, I always appreciate it. It's awesome. It's awesome being able to, like, I always enjoy, you know, responding to comments and stuff on YouTube, although I'm not as good at keeping up with that as I used to be. But the thing I like about doing the Twitch streams is I feel like I can just more directly talk to someone. So I always enjoy that. But anyway, Stan, here's your sword, buddy.
Strange. I had almost forgotten it. Completion. Are you sure you are a Grey Warden? I think you must be an Ashkari to find a single lost blade in a country at war.
It's fun to talk. Yeah, I really enjoy this this form of interaction. It's great. I'm really enjoying it.
My sword is in my hand again. I should put it to use. And I could deliver a much more satisfying answer to the Arishok's question if the Blight were ended. Don't you agree?
Absolutely.
Lead the way.
All right. So yeah, we got quite a bit of approval from that. So yeah, this is where we're going to end tonight's stream. So again, thanks everyone. It's always great. Anyone who watches this later on, I appreciate it. If you watch it on YouTube, yeah, it always means a lot to me. So thank you guys very much. Like I said, it means a lot to me, and I will see you all next week at the regular date, regular time. So Wednesday evening at 11 p.m. Eastern time for the start. I will see you all then. So yeah, see you all soon, and take care.